Hello, everyone, and welcome to a beautiful moment in tabletop gaming history, I would say.
It has finally arrived.
Where it has finally arrived. So Godtear is a miniatures game that we first got our attention on a while back. Was that last year? March?
It would have been a year ago March.
March.
Because they were kickstarting back then, right? Or about to kickstart. We were at Adepticon and we were talking with Matt from Steamforged, and he was really excited about this new game. And the thing that struck me was he talked a lot about common problems that I have with miniature games as like one of the core things they were setting out to solve with this game. The moment he said pre-assembled miniatures, I was already like, wait a second, I'm interested. Let's talk more about this.
It seemed like the pre-assembled miniatures, the skirmish style game, the kind of Dota style, MOBA style stuff going on. Fairly simple, condensed rule set, played on a hex rather than using measuring devices.
Yep.
All boxes checked from the just like raw technical realities of a miniatures game for us, and what we feel like is a lot of more kind of casual players who maybe don't want to get into the modeling and the painting and all of that, which is me to a T.
I mean, I
just can't, or I won't do it.
I think one of the things I remember most about some of those early conversations was the Christmas Day test, which is like, can you open it on Christmas? Yeah, I think so. Yeah. And how quickly after opening it can you get it to the table? And the same is true when you're in a game store, right? Which is a lot of times with a miniatures game, if you bought it, like Crisis Protocol, we've been playing a lot of recently. And it's the hobby element is a whole thing, but
totally different.
It's like you buy that thing, and it's like you have at least 8 to 10 hours of time ahead before you can get it to the table, and that's if you already own glue and green stuff and like know how to and clippers, and you have files and you know how to do that whole process and primer. Anyways, so with this, right, it's just all pre-assembled and ready to go, and it means that you could literally buy this one box off the shelf and start playing almost immediately.
Yeah. Now the unfortunate thing about Godtear, or maybe fortunate, because the end product will speak for itself here, is that it was originally slated to come out March of this year. Is that right?
I believe. Is that right? February, March of this year.
Yeah,
I think the goal was Adepticon.
Adepticon of this year, and then that got kicked back to like August, and then back even further to like about now.
Yeah.
So having that big of a delay kind of allowed other games to seep into the space, Crisis Protocol being the most obvious one, even though it is in a different kind of space than Godtear. It still pulls a little bit of that miniatures gamer attention to this Marvel-themed superhero game. So what we're here to look at is basically what did the end product finally kind of look like. We're going to open it up, we're going to play a game, and we're going to kind of see, does this have enough kind of market variation and kind of differentiation to be a long-term offering in the miniature scene.
And
so that's something
fun?
I'm curious about. Yeah, and is it fun? That kind of a consideration. What we have here, I want to just kind of, here, I'll put these over with you.
All right, great.
These are, so 2 starter sets. So this bigger box is the full-on starter set. It comes with 2 models with their followers. The beginner game is supposed to be 1 model with their followers, so we could play a beginner's game just out of this box, 1 versus 1.
That's cool.
Then the standard game is 3 models each. So
3 champions.
3 champions each, yeah. So if we wanted to, like this right here would be essentially 3 models. I've got 2 in the starter and 1 in the expansion here. And that's basically just going to give me a full team that I can play. And if I like both of the miniatures in the starter, and then I can pick up whatever I want on the side, then we're ready to go. Now, obviously, faction-free is a big driver of this game as well. So literally anything I see on the shelf, I can play with anything else that I might already own or that I might also want to pick up. So there's no factions, there's nothing like restrictive like that, which is another big advantage of this game.
That was the big thing, because even the reality of it, let's say you started with this box here, which is called the Eternal
Glade, yeah.
On down the line, right, it's the idea that this thing comes out, which is Lorsann, one of my favorites from the like Kickstarter. They had like the early, super early
kit.
ones.
And Jonathan's a full-on backer over there. He got all
the
this
whole
stuff.
thing.
Yeah.
But if you like this champion, right, it's like you could literally buy this one immediately, pop it open, and start playing.
And I love that they show off the model.
100%.
I think this is really good packaging. All of this, I was going to get your take on this. I think even the starter, there's a little bit of a sheen to the, is that the right word? It's a word that I've used before.
The gloss.
The glossy.
There's the gloss on top of like the text and some of this stuff.
It's tastefully done. It's not out of control. I think the art is really nice. It's not, you know that the box has that kind of clean white look, but it's not so barren that it's just another white box on a shelf.
It's not the like Takedo, everyone that has been replicating Takedo. What I do like, I'm just now really appreciating this and sitting down to look at these, but the coloring of this creates it's not rainbow, but there's
It's like a watercolor feel, isn't it?
the fade into the colors. It's got a nice feeling, even like when you start mixing all these colors in. It's a very like a very almost calming.
It's well done. I can tell you that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it
not
seems like it's cared about.
You know how like when you look at some art, it's like in your face.
Yeah.
That's not how this feels.
No,
it's,
yeah,
it's,
you're
it's
totally
a lot
right.
subtler.
Actually, you're totally right.
Even though like when you really start
nice.
looking, it's like pretty like epic, but like it's not. I don't know. Like when you're just looking at the box, I don't get that. Like
I completely. There's almost an abstract nature to it that makes it feel a little softer, even though it's more artistic.
Soft
really,
is a
it
good
feels
word.
more artistic, does it not?
And watercolor would achieve that too, but it's
Most pretentious video we've ever done.
That's right. We just went right into the pretension.
Let's look at the top of this. Open it up with me. You've never opened this box.
I've never, no.
So I opened them up this morning to look at the rule book
See
and
what
kind
we're
of
getting into.
kind of initiate myself. Now I will say right off the bat, these cardboard hex boards are 1,000 times better than I was expecting.
This is like a Lux Monopoly board.
I mean, this is incredible. Look at this too.
There's two sides.
And look at what happens here. Hold on.
Oh wait, we have different ones.
Do we? Maybe.
Right?
Maybe not.
Just diving in here. Dude, we definitely do. Look at this.
We do.
You have a beautiful forest. That's awesome.
Is this even worth anything on camera? Can you guys see this?
This is ridiculous.
But look, so here's.
Look, dude.
No, look at this.
Look, look over here. I got like the rocky lava looking thing. What's your flip side look like?
Tell me.
Just let me see a little preview of it.
Same canyon?
That looks like same canyon.
Same canyon. So there's a canyon and then there's a glade. I have the Eternal Glade. What do you have?
This is not that. Is there a name for it somewhere?
Look, what's your starter called?
I can't tell you. It is the Borderlands.
I'll bet that's the Borderlands. This is the Eternal Glade,
but we
and
each
then
get the
everything
canyon.
gets the Death Zone.
The Death Canyon.
Yeah. So the thing that's amazing about this to me, this little hex map, is that they've done a beautiful, beautiful job of defining the hexes just so that you don't really know that they're there. But as you start to like see where you need to move, you see that, oh, there is these little definitions of hexes. I think it's brilliant. Rather than having this just big old bordered hexes everywhere, it makes it feel natural and organic, but you're still playing a hex-based
Yeah, I dig that
game.
quite a bit. Can we play on the forest?
Yeah, we can.
That's
absolutely
easily
do that.
my favorite of the three.
Okay.
Stunning.
So I'm gonna let me
leave
just leave this
that.
out.
Yeah, leave that bad boy.
Leave this out. Okay.
All right, so each starter comes with one of those, which is nice.
We also get a rule book. I mean, reasonable
nice.
to assess that this is a nice rule book.
This is my #1 test of a miniature game, actually.
The only one, huh?
But no, this is just the first one I do. So I go to the
This is quality paper.
the very last page.
It's really good.
You with me? Mm-hmm. And I look at the page number.
Okay.
If that number is greater than 50, I'm out.
You're out. Tear it up. See
It's
ya.
31.
It's 31, and
which
most
is,
of these, there's some scenarios back here. Now, I read through this earlier. What I like about this is it's laid out like a really good magazine.
the big
The
picture.
typography is good. The headings are really good. They're
look.
big. There's plenty of space.
I assume this can
in
be seen.
plenty of space in the composition. It doesn't feel rushed or super mechanical.
It feels really intentional.
A lot of space in there. See, there's so much room. You're not overwhelmed
Yeah.
by like text and images.
Yeah, and they have these like breaking pages.
Just kind of bring you into the world a little bit.
So given that, I mean, we're probably looking at a 20-page rulebook.
Yep.
When we get down to it, maybe.
So it's a good rule book. We also, they come with these, is this a good place, Bryce? You like that spot?
Yeah.
Yeah. I can
What
go
is
lower if
this?
you want.
What am I looking
Kind
at?
of like, you guys ever watch those Jonathan Pye videos? That
No.
reporter who basically goes off air and then rants for a while about ridiculous stuff and then comes back on air. He's always talking to the cameraman. I just feel like that sometimes when I'm talking to Bryce. Yeah, I got you. I can see the shot now. Let me move this up. So these are the dashboards, and these are solving like a really good they're solving a problem
you went the wrong way.
I was going the wrong way. Solving a
It
problem that we
disappeared.
had early, which is I've got all these cards kind of sitting around and I don't have a really good way to put them somewhere. So this has a spot for essentially your hero, your like ultimate and abilities kind of card, and then your followers card. So it frames the game very nicely and doesn't require any additional nonsense like dashboards we might make out of acrylic or resin or
But
something.
out of cardboard. Okay.
Not to say that we couldn't.
Looks like there's a pack of 3.
Yeah, 3 each. So you got 3 dashboards in both, and then you've got your token sheets, which do look good. These look good, don't they? Yeah, these look good.
Don't they? I think they look good.
This is see, if I were to get this, if I were to pay $50 for this, I think I'd be pretty happy, and that's full retail. So what? The majority of the time, you're probably going to find it for 40-ish.
Yeah, I don't know. With I know that.
Are they mapping?
I don't know if they're mapping. I think they're very careful about who they're working with to make sure that it's not getting like, rock bottom on the price.
So you want to just tank the prices? Let's stock it and tank the prices.
All the way down to the bottom.
These models look great.
Hey, hold on, before you do that, I just want to show how this is good to me. How these models are laid out.
To be stored later as well.
You have a slot for the dice and all your cards. You can fit a lot of cards in there, and then obviously your models are over on the side. It's just a good looking.
That's really good. Display. I mean, if you're talking, it seems like if the promise was this Christmas morning idea, I think if I opened this up on Christmas morning and I could immediately like pull these models out and be like, I want to use this model, and put it on a hex map and go. I mean, it's like there. It is pretty exciting. I like it. I think this was better than I was expecting. Not to say that I was expecting garbage from Steamforged or anything, but I think I'm pleasantly surprised, especially after the delays, that it doesn't seem like there were corners cut. And it seems like that time was actually used to make a great product rather than just kind of recovering from delays.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at a quick count here. There's 10 models plus the little like objective markers. Mm-hmm. And so you said it was $50?
$50 retail, and then $30 for these expansions, the one-off expansions.
That's pretty good. I mean, you get the mat, the dice, the cardboard, the rulebook.
I'm going to tell you guys.
And the models.
These models look good. Look
at this guy.
These models look really good.
Like him.
This means there's never a reason to do modeling.
To like assemble?
Ban him. Yeah, because there's no way these are less detailed than some of the other models we've seen. I mean, some of the Crisis Protocol stuff, the Arena Rex stuff's pretty intricate. The Crisis Protocol
I think
stuff, but
anywhere you need
the trade-off is not there.
Anywhere you need thin things happening.
Yeah.
Because these are all kind of built thick. Which isn't a problem. That's that's the kind of the aesthetic you're going after.
Yeah.
But I definitely understand
let's
when
get
you want
these
more.
on the.
I'm just putting these all out here.
So yeah, let's bust these out, and then you'll notice also these are in a colored. It's important to miniatures players, so I'm sorry I don't immediately know it. It's probably in the back. Is this colored plastic versus resin? Have you any idea?
I do believe these are plastic. I think that's the trade here. All right, let me get this all situated.
I'm gonna tell you. This is pretty exciting.
You're
actually
impressed?
I'm actually.
I'm gonna punch these when I need
surprising myself in my own excitement.
Well, I'm glad you're excited.
Yeah. Okay.
We're
So
gonna be
colored
here doing this for a
PVC
minute.
plastic. Thank you, Joshua. But they are colored according to the essentially roles of each of these heroes. So there are Slayers. Let me see if I can remember. Slayers, Maelstrom, Shaper, and Protectors. Probably Protectors.
You're looking at me like I would know.
Why would I ever think to do such a thing?
Not a good choice.
I have it here. But you can see that the models come pre-colored according to their, what are they calling them? Classes. So Slayers here, Maelstroms maybe here. I could look it up. And then Shapers, and no, definitely Shapers
there.
Green. Definitely Protector here.
I think this is Maelstrom.
Guardian, I should say. Guardian, Maelstrom, Shaper. Every time I say that, I think of Netrunner. Slayer.
All right.
So, okay, cool. So we have a full spread. If you buy both of these starters, you have one of every class. That's pretty cool.
Well, I like that too, at least up front. I assume a lot of people buy the starters to start playing. So
great idea.
You have the models are very easily distinguishable, pre-paint.
They really are.
And then, of course,
it's not like a bunch of gray figures moving around a board like our Arena Rex matches.
Yeah, I'm going to also show off the way the expansions look now as well, as you're opening that up. And I assume these are going to come with all the models and also the cards and stuff. So I'm going to open this up.
So yeah, it's pretty exactly what it needs to be. It's the model, the followers, and the cards. That's it.
There's not a new game mat every time? Just kidding.
I like this. I mean, I think maybe it could have been a little bit smaller for the shelf.
But maybe you want
because there's a lot of space.
Though, right?
Maybe so. There's a lot of space for these cards that seems like they could have been like underneath or something.
I also assume that's fair. The cards I think could have been underneath, but they may need Don't worry about me. Just doing this the least delicate way
I'm sure
possible.
somebody like in charge of productions at home but they had to be this way.
If you look at how deep this has to go, and you want all these boxes to be the same size, so you have to think about what's the deepest you're going to need to go.
That's true. Yeah, right on.
Yeah.
Ooh, I love these little frog men. Water, you say?
Water. Where?
Woo, cool.
Lorsann really
Now,
turned out.
Let's just take a second. Let's just take a second and compare this already to opening the Crisis Protocol core set.
Okay.
Right?
I have done both.
So we already have a board out. We have models on the table. We're already ready to play a game.
In a
This
way.
moment. Isn't so? I think that's just a really important difference. And there's essentially two categories to me with miniatures now. Pre-assembled has gotten so much better, like from the early click stuff to this. This is fantastically good as far as pre-assembled is concerned. So I would say at this point, you've got to look at pre-assembled versus non-pre-assembled, and it's like almost an entirely different genre. I mean, you're not even really competing for the same audience, I think, in a lot of ways. Because hobbyists are like 90% of that thing.
Yeah, I mean, it is interesting.
You talk to me about painting and enjoying that all the time, and I look at you concerned and confused.
Well,
how that's possible.
I mean, the thing about this, right, is that like if you do enjoy painting, there are going to be people that want to paint these.
Yeah, and you can paint those. Yeah.
But you get a lot less of the like customization, which you could still do if you really wanted to.
It's the beauty of modeling, isn't it?
Yeah, just start cutting stuff up and green stuff in it. But
okay, so I'm gonna start popping out some tokens, but so we don't waste time, let's go ahead and choose one set of models each, and then we'll do a draft. So how about you choose one, I choose one, you choose one, I choose one, you choose
all
one, I
right,
choose
we
one.
know how this is going to go.
We don't even need to look at it. We can just play to theme, whatever we
we'll
want
do
to.
Sure. I'll take.
I think you and I both immediately know that it's going to split exactly how we expect it to split.
Yeah, I'm going to guess that's the case. We'll go here. I'll take Lorsann.
Okay, I want Halftusk.
All right, I'll keep in theme. I'll take this cat. Whatever his name is, Reaper of the Dead.
Okay. I'll take Geomancer, rock person. Yep. Give me the blue. Thank you.
Look at that. 2 reds and a yellow, and you got 2 blues and a green. Weird.
Okay, great.
So I'm going to need to pass you, I think, some of these cards really quickly.
Also, let's see if...
Did you just snipe my tokens?
Bryce, can you give me the board shot so I can kind of move this as far back as we need to?
Here is your Finvarr.
Sure. Pop him and set him in
And
that
then I
way.
think you'll
Thank you.
have
That's
this
very
guy
helpful.
of mine.
Okay, let me look at this. Adjust this thing. Okay, great. So let me pull this back. Just keep with me here. We may just rob you of card space. I think
It's okay. Make it happen.
that's better. Yeah, look good. Yeah. All right, I'm good on that. Okay. Did you give me my cards?
I did.
These are nice. These are nice cards.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about it. They're a little shy of
gonna
like
say-
a standard.
Yeah, they're like a little thin,
Yeah.
but you're a miniatures game, so card quality is not exactly the thing you're testing this by.
I have your Morrigan, it looks like.
I don't know. This thing?
Yeah. Yeah, sorry. Sure, it's very loud.
It's part of the joy of unboxing.
This is always how I open cards. All right, there's your Morrigan and Cold Bones. I'll take Nia and the Quartzlings. Got Finvarr.
Is this how I should set it up?
And then, yep, that's right. Yeah. The one that you flip is on the left and right, and then the one that you don't flip is in the middle.
That's what I did.
It was intuitive, wasn't it?
Just left to right. Here we go.
So we looked at some of the beta stuff, and we played some beta games. The iconography has gotten significantly better.
Yeah, like the card layout and stuff.
If you look at like the hexes as range, accuracy, and damage, it's like 1,000 times better. Okay, so I've got all the cards that I need. And let me run you through the rule book of how we kick this thing off.
I was going to say I'm going to need some sharp instruction.
Yeah, let me just clear some stuff off here. So I have
Look at that board on the screen.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, isn't it? That's what they did a good job with making it
Like
seem
this
like
big
a
tree
real
right
scene.
here. Super good.
And you can imagine how easy it would be for like players to make custom boards. You just hex out whatever scene you want to play on.
100%.
It's done.
Muchas gracias. What is this?
Those are the round tokens, and I believe this will be your first or second player token. When
Yeah.
you're setting up, those will come into the early.
All right.
Okay, Zach, you want to be first player?
Sure, why not?
You strike me as a
I opened that under the table earlier. So loud.
first player kind of thing. Jonathan, can you give me that rule book that's over there?
Oh, yeah.
Never mind, I got one. Ooh, handy things on the back here. Okay, let's open this nice, full of
I'm just going to take this. What's the skull guy's name? Morrigan?
Morrigan. All right, place the battlefield in the middle of the table. We're going to choose the life scenario because it's suggested as the first one. Determine who the first and second player are. So
We did
it's
it.
supposed to be random, but it was the universe through my speech. The first player then chooses which deployment hexes they wish to deploy in. I hope that you want these. rather than
No, I
these.
want that side.
Then we take our warband tokens and place them on the battle ladder on the same side of the battlefield as our deployment hexes. So we should have one icon there and one icon there. What are these guys?
I'll take this one.
That's a 1, 2. This is a point thing.
No, that's your first player, second player.
Oh, right on.
I'll be
Good
red.
for you. All right, I'll be
One.
blue, because of course.
You're the 2, right?
Yeah.
Shouldn't you flip to the 2 side?
Yes.
You did.
That would be fine.
Oh,
Is that what we're supposed to do?
Yeah, that works. I think that we'll figure it out soon if we haven't. Okay, and then the scenario rules show the space on each side of the battle ladder where warband tokens should be placed. So maybe some of them, like, it's slanted towards one player or another. So, like, maybe mine start here. That's pretty cool. I'm just guessing. Place a turn token for turn 1. This is turn 1. Has a 1 on it. In the space to the first player's side. So I think you start off winning the turn.
Okay.
There's closer to the first player's warband token. Place the remaining tokens next to the battle ladder in numerical order. The battle layer.
Thank you.
Okay, Zach, let's deploy our warbands.
Okay.
When deploying their warbands, follow the steps below. Place a champion in their follower unit, and then I'll place a champion in its follower unit.
You have
and
to do
that's
like
the
within
end.
2 of the edge or something.
Yeah, and then this, if we look at our little scenario back here, life scenario, there's life, death, change, quest, knowledge.
The
Cool.
different scenarios.
Let me tell you something. It's good. Yeah, back 2 hexes is where we can deploy.
Just making it happen.
Now remember, your followers can go 3 to a hex, up to
Yep.
3, and then if you see on their card there's 3 lines, and if there's 3 in the hex, you choose one to do the thing, and then it gets buffed by the other 2. So you go to the
Wait,
third
where are the
line.
lines?
So like on your little glory seekers here, you see this outflank ability. There's if there's one thing in the hex, and the second line is 2 things in the hex, and third line is 3 things in
Got
the
it.
hex. I think for that particular ability it doesn't matter, but some of them it does. Okay. So you placed your model. Do one at a time, and then
Oh.
I'll do one.
All right, I placed this guy. Death, also known as Morgan.
Okay. So
It doesn't say the.
let's put
Typo. I'll show you
Here.
a typo.
here.
You got frogs on your side of the board.
Yeah, I don't even, we're just going into this not knowing how to play.
That is exactly what
Not
we're doing.
really knowing how to play. All right, you next.
All right. Let's go Lorsann.
The board has gotten smaller.
Do they have to be within so many here?
Probably adjacent.
The board does feel smaller.
I got you.
Which
Don't
is
worry,
good.
I got the rules.
You seem like you do.
When deploying small followers, up to 3 followers from the same unit may be placed in 1 hex. It doesn't say anything about...
Distance.
No, yeah, because there's 1 away in this example, so you can place them anywhere if you want. Look at you go.
Nailed it.
All right, nice.
All right.
I feel like...
There's only so much space on this board.
Yeah, Crystal Mancer should be...
That's the name.
Yeah, doing some things. Okay. Look at these little guys. These are
Hey,
awesome.
Will says you have your followers mixed up. The frogs go with Halftusk, not Finvarr.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Thank you. But I wanted to customize.
This is why the stream is great.
Thanks, Will. I think
Thanks,
I would have
Will.
learned that pretty quick. It's like, why are my things on the wrong model? Okay. And then you place your last one there.
Shocker.
It's like the place it wants to go. Now, see, I could swing heavy. I could weight the board to this side, or I could...
She's my ranged cat, so that would probably be a bad idea.
Yeah, let's go see about just getting in her way.
That is probably ideal. With old Halftusk. He looks cool.
He does look cool, doesn't he?
He looks like the kind of thing I would want to fight.
It's amazing how just...
Look how gross those toads look. Can you throw me one of those?
Don't talk to my toads like that.
They just have all these like warts on their back.
Back off my toads, man. Okay, let me
They're
set
hilarious.
up this scenario.
All right. Weave me a tail.
All right, 4 scenario hexes. I don't think the colors matter.
Famous last words.
Here we go. Yeah, there's just green and...
Thank you.
Let's put a green in there.
Why not?
Reds.
Etc.
All right, so these go in the middle. And finding the middle, how in the world? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
So 7.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's make sure that's right.
This would be the middle.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, 7. And then 1 here. And then here, according to the diagram at least.
Yep, that's correct.
Here. Okay, you like that?
So is that a Godtear?
That is the scenario hexes. At the Godtears from the Life Goddess, cause rapid growth and mutation in the land around them. Their energy expands ever outward as the roots of Alasha's essence dig deep into the earth. In the end phase of each turn, the player who lost the turn rolls a die and adds 2 to the result. Then they gather that many objectives and objective hexes and place them one by one on empty hexes that are adjacent to other objective hexes. So the losing player will grow the map.
So you roll a die, which looks like there's a 1 and a 2 on it.
1, 2, and a 0.
So if you hit a 1, you would add 2 extra on top of it, so it's 3 total.
Yeah.
And then you would take 3 of these hexes over here, and you would get to place them adjacent to tiles that are already out.
That's right.
So it can start expanding. And is it still the case that basically the minions, is that what they're called?
Mm-hmm.
Can't go onto
Followers, I
those?
think.
The followers can't go onto this?
They can't go onto this because they get destroyed by the god energy.
But the champions can.
Champions can, and in fact should. So you can spend an action as a champion to place your banner down. Don't forget these guys.
Mm-hmm.
So you put your banner in there. At the end of the turn, you're going to get 4 points if your banner remains on the board. And you can smash this by moving into this objective hex.
To get rid of your opponent's banner.
Yeah, and you place banners adjacent.
Okay,
So,
party on. What is this, John?
all right, deployment. Done.
All right.
All right, so we're done. Look at that. Preparing for battle is 2 easy pages, and
All right.
really only one of them matters.
So we're set up.
We've prepared the battlefield, and now we do, starting with a turn. You want to just get into this thing?
Let's dive in.
How are you feeling right now? Feel good about it?
I mean,
That was pretty quick.
feel good in that we're set up, and I feel not as good because I really don't know how to play still.
Let me get phases of a turn pulled up, and then I'm gonna get my. Here, this will probably be helpful.
I'll say that it looks cool.
It does look good.
The mat
really
helps. I'll say that much. We played at Gen Con.
Yeah.
It definitely looks like they went to the next level on how it all looks.
1, 2, 3. Put this dashboard elsewhere. Okay. And then I guess I should remember. I bet sword goes here if I were guessing. That makes sense?
Yep.
Now, you might take a moment to appreciate any kind of ultimate that you have. There's a used ultimate and hasn't used ultimate side.
What's an ultimate look like?
So if you see this,
The top thing?
big, so I think that's your ultimate, and then we flip it over, I think it becomes something else. Let me see. Does that one have the path of
They have 2
destruction?
sides.
Yeah. Yeah, so the one that says Maelstrom Champion on it goes in the middle, and then the other one goes over
Where
there.
do you see Maelstrom?
It says right here.
Mmm.
So this says Shaper Champion, so I'm going to put that in the middle. And that basically is like a reference card for that model to kind of give you an understanding of what a Maelstrom Champion does.
Yeah, or
and what
Slayer
their
champion.
superiority means, yeah. And then everything should start on its clash, or its plot phase side. So I'm quickly realizing that this is plot. It looks like a little
Yeah.
map. I'm guessing it's plot, but I'm just going on feel here. That
Yep.
makes the most sense, doesn't it?
All right. Where did we say my ultimate was?
On like Titus, it's going to be the thing above your whatever your champion type is. So Slayer Champion, Death Blow, and then once you use it, you flip it over because you no longer have access to the ultimate. Does that make sense?
I'm with it.
So you can use the ultimate once per game. And then I get confused as to, yeah. So there, it's on our little rule book, Clash and Plot Phase. Okay, there's Nia. Got it. Figured it out. Finvarr Plot. Yes. Finvarr Ultimate up. Phantom Banners. Yes. Shadow Sentinels. Plot Phase up. Done. Froglodites. Plot Phase. Yes.
Look how cool they look on like art.
Plot Phase. Halftusk and the Great Tusk.
The Great Tusk.
Okay, so we'll put health here, and then this probably is where we put minions that come off the board, followers that come off the board. This, I'm probably going to put my banner here.
That's smart.
That seems handy, right? Banner, 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 health, 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 and then maybe followers or minions that leave the board. Okay, so you were the first player.
Okay.
So let me tell you the basic kind of way that this game is going to go. So there are two phases.
All right.
The plot phase, which is where you draw on the map with your little device.
Exactly what you do when you're plotting.
So the way this works is you activate every champion and follower in your warband.
During the plot phase.
During the plot phase. So you will go with everything on your side of the board.
Okay.
Then I will go with everything on my side of the board.
And what happens during this plot phase?
So it's basically just, you can take move actions and do basic plot actions. You can see them. I'll show you the rule book on it. And then some things will have abilities that say in the plot phase, anything that you see that's currently face up you can use, because once you end your phase, you flip that card over, and then it gives you only stuff you can do in the clash phase, which is when the fighting starts. The way the game is framed, although it's a very loose framing, is that the plot phase is when a lot of like the movement and positioning stuff is happening. The clash phase is where we'll pick up dice and start rolling. But there are things that break those rules, so don't be scared.
Don't get scared.
Then when we switch to the clash phase, the first player activates one champion or follower unit, and the turn passes to me, and we go back and forth in a more tennis match style.
Yeah, so we either do followers or champion during the, what's the second phase called?
Clash phase.
Clash phase.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll go back and forth in the clash, and it's all you, all me in the plot.
All right.
Then at the end phase, we add up 5 points for each banner on the battlefield belonging to a Guardian champion. So I'm going to be very much wanting to place banners and score those. 4 points for all non-Guardian
So is that kind of what
classes.
Guardian's special ability is?
Yeah, defending those banners. Yeah, they're trying to hold battlefield ground, basically. If one player has more points than the other, the player with more points moves the turn token one step closer to their warband token for each point they have above their total. So if you score 4 and I score 10, I advance 6 points in my direction. Ding, 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 ding. And then once we've calculated all of that, whoever has the turn token on their side flips it over to score 1 point, and then we go to round 2. First to 5 points is the winner.
Wins the game.
Yeah.
All right.
And then we follow the scenario rules for the end phase, and then the player who did not win the turn chooses first or second.
Okay.
So
Every
it will
time.
be a voluntary pass.
Can do.
Now, one other thing you should know. On the battle ladder, here's the other ways to score points. So you can put your banner down and defend it, which is a gentlemanly game to play. Or knocking out an enemy champion.
Yep.
4 points normally, 5 points for a Slayer. So your two red guys
I was
are
going
going
to
to
say,
want to
this
knock out
sounds more
champions.
like what I want to do.
Knocking out a small enemy follower is 1 point.
Okay.
Or 1 step on the ladder, or +1 if you're Maelstrom. So 2 for every follower you knock off if you're Maelstrom.
So he wants to knock off followers, they want to knock off champions.
That's right. If you knock out a large enemy follower, I don't think I have an example of that. Do you have any big... Although these, I guess I should look to see if these guys are large. I think that's just the ones that have like 1 follower only.
Yeah, like that one guy with the like, was it like a tree or like a rock?
Yeah, it was weird.
rock
It was
guy?
the teleport
The
tree
golem?
guy. Anyway, if you knock out a large enemy follower, it's 2 points and then 1 extra for Maelstroms. If you make a claim action during the plot phase, so if you put your banner down, it's worth 1 point. So they're encouraging you to putting it down. +1 if you're a shaper.
Yeah.
So you want to plant the banners. And then if you have a friendly banner at the end phase, you get +1 point for a Guardian, and it's 4 steps, naturally.
Okay, so just kind of theme-wise or faction-wise, the Guardians get bonus points if they have flags at the end of the round. The Shapers get extra points from putting flags down in the first place.
Yep.
the Maelstroms get points from knocking out followers, and the Slayers get points from knocking out champions.
Absolutely. And specifically bonus points. So
Yeah,
those
yeah.
points are always going around, but they're particularly wanting to do that.
Kind of encouraging you to play in that way if possible.
That's
now,
right.
when you do knock one of the champions out particularly, I know they don't go away completely.
They don't go away. So if you knock me out, you move me 2 hexes wherever, place me 2 hexes away, and then I basically stay there in a derelict state until it's time for me to activate that model. And then I have to take the, essentially, I forget, rally, I think is the action, is what it's called. And that brings me back up, and then I continue my turn as usual.
Does that cost you an action or something?
Yeah, it's 1
particular?
action to rally, and then I have 1 action to do something I might want to
Very
do.
cool. Probably, yeah.
And then worth knowing, too, that you roll dice on offense, and generally you're hitting target numbers that the defense is throwing up. So I don't believe that I'm rolling defensive dice. I think only you're rolling offense and trying to hit my numbers.
So, like, I'm going to assume my shield is my defense, defensive 3.
That's going to be your protection. So the first thing you try to do is dodge the attack with your 3 dodge there on Titus. So basically, if I'm rolling dice, I'm trying to hit 3 or more successes to actually hit you.
Yeah.
And then damage, you would subtract 3 from any damage that you take.
Okay, cool.
Naturally. That, I believe, is right. We'll look at it when we start actually attacking. And then, worth knowing, actions. You can advance, and you can use a skill. That's champions or follower units. So
Okay.
most of the time for your followers, you're going to advance and use a skill. Then for the champions, you can use your ultimate. You can also place a banner. You can rally to clear all your wounds after you're knocked out. And then only followers have the recruit action, which is they can bring a follower back from the dead. So if you recruit, you return a follower model to the battlefield after it's knocked out.
Cool. So unlike a lot of miniatures games, we won't be trying to, like, knock each other completely out.
Nothing's ever permanently off the board.
Yeah, you can take them out for, like, an action or a round or slow them down, but you can't ever just take them off the table.
Yeah, absolutely. And then you'll see some stuff for boons or blights. Those are just pluses and minuses. You see them over here, like plus accuracy, plus damage. They stay on you forever until you actually do something that makes that matter, and then it's used and removed.
Very cool.
Yeah.
All right, you ready to dive in?
Yeah, absolutely. Now, not knowing any of these skills, really, this is like, again, the critical point for a miniatures game where nobody knows what's happening because we have to look down and read all the cards and figure out a game plan. So I say let's just throw some stuff around.
That's exactly what I'm planning
make
to
it
do.
happen. Yeah.
And I feel like a miniatures game can kind of either win or lose at this very moment.
Yeah.
Like,
Do you feel
okay,
overwhelmed?
Christmas
How-
Day test, we got to the table. But then, like, if we get 20 minutes into this and then it's like, hey, would you rather go play the Xbox? You have to make sure that doesn't happen, right?
Yep.
So we'll see how we feel. I'm just going to go nonchalantly. So I'm in the plot phase, right?
Yep.
And I get 2 actions, I believe.
Yes, a specific action may be used only once per activation. You cannot interrupt an action once you've begun it, and some skills and traits grant a bonus action, which would be a 3rd action, and you would know if you're doing that. So basically, you take 2 actions, you can't do the same thing twice, and then you flip your card over to indicate that you're done.
Okay.
When you activate your followers, they all activate, do their own thing. When you activate a champion, it goes. And you're going to do everything all at once. And then I'm going to get to be over here reading cards, but I'm not going to do that because I don't want it to be unfair.
Okay. So like my Glory Seekers here, they have movement of 2.
That's correct.
So I can move as an action in the plot phase. So I'll move 2 hexes.
That's
and
right.
These all move together.
They can, or they can move
However I want?
Yeah, however you want. Yeah.
It's interesting. Yeah, let's go that way.
Generally, I've found that keeping them, like in our demo games, back with the beta stuff, keeping them in hexes makes them stronger and generally useful.
But separating them, you can like block the movement.
You can block
pathways,
lanes,
yeah.
and you're less susceptible to like fireballs and weird stuff that Maelstroms can do.
Okay. Then I'm going to do, this is their second action. They're going to do Roar of Battle. This is the Glory Seekers on the card. 1 champion within range may move 1 hex. So within range 2. So he's within range 2.
Perfect.
So I'm going to move him a hex, which is not on his turn.
That's beautiful.
And that's their 2 actions.
That's a great
Is that
little
right?
action. Yeah, so flip that card over.
Okay, so they also flip.
It's
Cool.
worth noting, too, when you use a skill, so you do have to choose one of these followers to use that skill, and then you look and see, is there another follower here? Would it buff the skill at all? So
Very
like
cool.
when you're calculating ranges, it's always from one follower, not like a random spread.
Got you.
Right?
Now, technically, I went with the Glory Seekers, who are Titus's followers.
Mm-hmm.
Do I have to then go with Titus, or
No.
can I mix it up if I want to?
You can mix it up
I'm not
completely,
going
yeah.
to, but I was just curious for, reference.
Yeah.
Then Titus will go. He's got a 2 movement, so let me make sure I don't want to use anything else. I got to read this.
These little froglodytes are going to do some work here. There's some icons on your cards too that kind of give you an idea of what they do. Like the skulls are generally like attacks, hurdy stuff. That's what I call that. The guy at a whatever this is, like ready for anything. Like you just surprised a guard in like one of those Witcher games.
Interesting. They move. I didn't hear anything you just said.
Yeah,
but I hope it was.
They do move. I'm glad you got all that out of that. They do move. Boy, don't they. Those puppies can move.
Okay, so Titus, he's going to use I'll kill you all. Must target a follower. Hit effect, move all the followers in target's unit that are within range up to 1 hex.
Okay, cool. So he's whipping them into submission.
6?
I think it's range 3, accuracy 6.
So how does this work?
6 dice.
All right.
And then you've got to hit the defense of whatever follower you're targeting.
I'll target these lads.
All right, must target a follower. So I think it's just 1.
1?
You get to move 1.
And so their defense is 3?
Mm-hmm. No, the defense or their dodge is 3.
Okay. So I roll 6. Well,
no, you're good. You're good. We just got more stuff. Oh, it's going to target an enemy.
It says must target a follower.
Oh, yeah, but it says that's what this little skull means.
Oh, an enemy follower.
Okay, that makes sense.
So I can't do that. So I could use that to move your followers.
Yeah.
I thought it meant I had to hit one of my followers to move them along.
I liked that idea.
That makes more
sense. I felt like you were like whipping him into submission.
Yeah. And I can't move twice.
You cannot move twice, no. Sometimes you just move.
Yeah, well, he's going to move too.
All right.
And then he doesn't have another action, so I'll flip him over.
Flipped.
All right, now it's time for death. That's all I'm ever going to call the Morrigan.
Death as we know it.
All right, so his followers have a tasty movement of 1.
I'll be hanging out with chat. Anybody have any? Let's see what we got.
Okay, so this might
caught us on the skull.
be work.
We're learning together.
So, cold bones.
You said that very sassily.
Well,
Cold
the
bones.
stream crew back there is being interesting. Is a word I'll use to describe you. Anyways, Cold Bones is going to use "So cool, mistress!" exclamation point. If Morrigan is within range.
Did you just Google voice that thing? Siri, read
I
the
want
card.
I want to send a text to Steven. How are you doing? Question mark.
Hashtag mistress exclamation point.
If Morgan's within range, which is range 3, so it's working. She gains +1 accuracy boon.
Nice, and you can put it up here. That's what we figured out. Like these little slots up here are nice little boon slots.
And then also +1 boot, probably speed. Boon.
That's a guy's figuring it out. What's my kick stat?
Yeah, then I'll move. And
Okay.
these little rascals only move 1. Now, can my champions move through my followers?
Man, that's a good question. I don't think so. Well, maybe. Let's look. There's a movement section.
I'm here to ask questions.
Put the model into an adjacent empty hex. It must be adjacent empty hexes, so you cannot move through anything that you control.
Okay.
Wow, this is a positioning game already.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so obvious.
100%. All right. Oh, that's interesting. All right, so first action here with Morrigan is forward minions, exclamation point.
Yes, thank you. Well punctuated.
Move each cold bones that is within range up to 2 hexes, so range 4. So I can move my cold bones 2 more, which is really good. So I'm going to go
All of them or just one of them?
each that's within range.
Wow, nice.
Range 4. This is like little zombie Skeletors. Then she'll move. She has a movement of 2. So let's go right up the middle. And then I'll flip. So then we'll go to Lorsann. The Mistwood Rangers. They're very slow.
Yeah,
What
they
is-
shoot a long ways.
What
that's
is
the thing.
it? Says blur on the Mistwood Rangers?
Yeah, it just gives you that boon. That
They
plus.
get it?
Yeah, I think they just buff themselves. Unless it has a range or something.
What is that? What is this?
What is that, dodge? Plus dodge, maybe?
Okay. Do
Yeah,
they all
plus
get
dodge.
it? The unit gets it the next time?
unit gets it. So anytime anyone in the unit gets attacked, dodge is rolled, and then it goes away.
Okay. So I'm going to move first. Move 2.
That's not slow.
2 is, it just feels like I'm not
I
going
mean, you're
anywhere.
already halfway across the board.
Yeah, but I can't kill you immediately. Then
Wow,
they
what
will
a
use
fight.
then they'll use blur, so they'll get the +1 dodge. And then I'll go with Lorsann. So she's going to use field instruction. She's going to get a plus swords, S-words. Then she's going to move. She's got to move a 2. And then we'll flip. She's ready to rumble. And that's me. I activated my board.
Did the Froglet Ice, Jonathan, is that what the little water splashes used to be? Are you sure?
Yes.
Because they have the like move around stuff.
No, Water Splashes
It's
is
like
a
the-
different hero. For
The water splash are like the teleporting.
Far out. Yeah.
Thing.
Okay. I thought it just turned into frogs here. Okay, my go. I have a special ability on these Frogletites. They can enter objective hexes.
That's cool.
So I guess I can block you from like walking around objectives and feel cool about it.
I mean, I'd just smash you.
Someone
is saying that there is a champion who has followers that can move through occupied spaces, which is cool.
Okay, so let's start with Nia. No.
One thing I do like about the segmented nature of moving and attacking is that it breaks the decisions apart.
Mm-hmm.
So like I can just focus on positioning. It would be a much slower game if you also had to attack there.
Yeah, 100%. Okay. Okay. This is
Wraith
interesting.
Madrid.
Okay. Wow. So really you want these little guys to move and move quickly, these little quartzlings. Let's start there.
You weren't supposed to like read through all your stuff and then make a plan. You were supposed to go.
Quartzlings are going to
But I see how it is. Little pieces of earth.
Yeah. Thank you, Zach. 1, 2.
You're welcome. I'm here for color commentary.
1, 2. Okay. So we'll do that. And then they have an ability, just so you know, if they're next to an objective hex, they can turn into an objective hex, which is sick.
They become the earth.
And then there's some rock formation stuff that I can do as well, so that's fun. Then we're going to do Nia. She is a 1... I should flip these guys over. She's a 1 move, so I'll do an advance there, and then I'll use an ability called March, move Nia up to 1 hex. So there's my 2 activations there.
No wonder you thought I was fast.
Yeah, right? I'm like, man, bummer. All right, Nia is now flipped. Then let's do Halftusk. How about that? Halftusk, we're going to start with the Frogletites. They have an ability, Hop. Place each Frogletite in a hex up to 2 hexes from its current hex.
That's nice.
So let's do...
If something was like obstructing it, you could hop over them.
1, 2. Yeah, that's why I thought they were like 1, 2.
The whirlpools.
And then second action, we'll do just a standard advance. So let's go...
See, they're moving and shaking.
They are moving. 1, 2, 1.
They only move 1 though.
Yep.
You have weird movement abilities.
Yeah, I know, yeah. Got myself into something I was not ready for. Then we have Halftusk. Halftusk is going to move 2. 1, 2. And then use an ability called Footwork to give plus dodge. And I think I can use that on myself, unless you tell me otherwise. Can you give me a plus dodge there?
What's that look like? There?
Yeah, like a dodgy looking thing. It wasn't very helpful, was it? That's Halftusk, and then Finvarr. Here we go. And this Protect has a range of 1, so I imagine that I could cast that on like anything friendly that I've got. It can advance. Each Shadow Sentinel move it to 1 hex when the activation ends. Interesting. That's just absolutely fascinating. Shadow Sentinels, here we go.
It's about to go down.
I'm going to get into some abstract, like, jazz stuff here. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2.
Mm-hmm.
Group them up away from that maelstrom. And then they have that protect ability. I'll just cast this on myself. Give me that plus shield. Okay. And then let's put that here.
All right.
The Sentinels themselves. So that was a move and protect. Done. And then Finvarr is going to move 2 and then get poised to strike, which gives a plus dodge, or a plus move, if you would, please.
Foot.
Thank you. All right, plus move. Okay, we did it. That's everybody.
All right,
Done.
so now we go one activation at a time, right? Or one person,
Now
one card.
it's back and forth, yeah. So a couple of things that are kind of worth noting. There's some passives that I think I wasn't fully appreciating. Thank you to live chat for figuring that one out. So Nia has this. If you look at your middle card, at the bottom, some of your champions probably have a passive ability. Nia's, if all 3 court swings are on the battlefield, when she activates, she may take a bonus action, that activation. So that's nice. Finvarr says, Banner Warden, if I'm on an objective hex, I have +2 accuracy, which is quite nice. And Halftusk, if I don't have any wounds, I'm at +2 accuracy as well.
So who has that?
That's this frogman.
If you don't have any wounds.
No wounds, I'm better. That's all you need to know.
So I need to wound you.
Yeah, you can try.
I will. So can you give me a quick readout? Who are your ranged entities?
So let's see. Halftusk has got 1 range, so he's a brawler.
He looks like a brawler.
Yeah, right. Not a surprise. Finvarr, also a brawler. Ha. And then Nia has some range 2 abilities.
So you're kind of not in the fight right now.
Not really.
That's what you're telling me.
Yeah.
All right, well.
But you can still advance in this phase too, you know.
Yeah, advance a couple. Are you faster in this phase? Ooh, we are faster in this phase.
I've got 0 on my Quartzlings, 3 on Finvarr, 3 on the Sentinels, 3 on the Froglodites, 2 on Halftusk. So yeah, so we're kind of...
The game is afoot.
Yeah, we kind of... Now we're going to get to make some tit-for-tat plays.
Basically, we have the Godtear in the middle, and it's ever expanding. And then we can take an action to drop our marker off there.
Yep. Let me double check that too, because I feel like there was a restriction on whether it was in your, which phase it was in. But yeah, go ahead. Do your worst. So you can only place a banner in the plot phase. So we cannot do that in this fighting phase that we find ourselves in. Does that make sense?
We could have only done that during the last phase.
Yeah, so I feel like the plot phase is where we're staking out our territory, and then clash phase where we're fighting.
That makes a good amount of sense.
Yeah. And I think that is the only restriction, is that only banners can be placed in the plot phase. Everything else is ready to go. Here's a handy chart. I'll put it down here if you need it.
I'm just going to start making stuff happen. You know what I mean?
I do. I really do.
We're going to go with, where are they? There they are.
I'll answer some questions here. Gun-Shy Killer, I know nothing about this game. Is this a self-contained box? Yeah. Yeah, this is a...
We technically have a few boxes.
We have a few boxes, so there's 2, basically these 2 things you see on the board. The champions and their followers are in this Eternal Glade starter set. And then there are standalone expansion packs. I don't have the bottom of it. There's a bottom, and there's contents in here, but they're standalone, so you can buy whatever you want. Generally 3 champions with all their followers, and that's your warband, that's your team. Retail for all of those things about $80. 50 for the starter, which has 2 champions, followers, board, rulebook, etc. And then the standalone expansions are about $30 retail. MSRP, I should say.
Very cool. So explain this to me. I'm going to pull up the Mistwood Rangers. I'm looking at fire. So they have 3 different rows. 3 range, 3 accuracy, 3 damage. Is that what that is?
Yep.
But then if there's 2 of them, it's 4 accuracy, 4 damage.
Right.
And if there's 3 of them, it's 5 accuracy, 5 damage.
So range stays the same, but they just add together.
Accuracy and damage represent the number of dice that I roll?
Yeah, so accuracy is going to be your hit roll, and then damage is going to be your damage roll. And it's the same dice effects that you'd expect.
Okay. Let's do this. Where are the what's their range? Range 1. I don't want to.
And this is where I feel like.
And can I see through this?
Yeah, there's no line of sight or anything. I don't think.
Can you see through other models?
Yeah. I say that with utmost confidence. Yeah, I didn't see a big line of sight or anything. So
it's like if I could shoot them or them, and it doesn't matter that they're in between.
You just count hexes. Yeah. Someone will tell us differently. I haven't seen anything about that, so I'm assuming it doesn't exist.
Okay. Well, let's go.
This is the thing that struck me about it early on too, is like,
And all of a sudden you have a million choices to
yeah,
make.
it starts out and you get everything on the board and then you're kind of moving and like, okay, I can move up. I understand how to do that, buff myself. And then it's like, now what? Do I have a game plan?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, right? It's like,
But let's just do this. I'm going to probably regret this. No, let's not regret this. Do I regret this?
I mean, you're going to regret a lot of stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
Early games have been.
So, as an example, I'm going to go with my Skeletors, the Cold Bones.
Okay.
They...
These bones.
They have one movement. Their attack range is very minimal, so that's not going to do anything. But I'm just going to move them up as a little bit of a screen.
So first action is an advance.
Yep.
Okay.
These guys are going to do this.
And just some questions here. Darkness 213. Any forecast on holiday tokens? I missed the first restock as the waitlist message went to spam. If you're talking about the only ones out right now are the Archon tokens, the Ambers. Everything else is in stock currently. So with the Amber tokens, if you hop on that waitlist, maybe mark it as not spam so that it doesn't get caught again. And then those will be back pretty soon. We'll keep printing them for a little while, so probably a couple of weeks at least.
The next thing I'm going to do is Intense Cold, and they get this plus attack boon.
Oh, just more buffing, huh?
Yep. And then that's them.
Okay. Let's just get rolling. Return as a bonus action. My gosh. Oh, that is so cool. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. Okay, Halftusk I'm going to go with.
Oh, man.
So I'm going to move.
Uh-huh.
1, 2. Let's just see what happens here. Let's
Okay.
just set this thing on fire. What do you think?
He's coming to party.
So first action event. Second action, I'm going to use one punch.
Okay.
It is a 1 range.
I'm just going to get a picture of this.
I'm
You
in
keep
range
doing
there.
your thing.
6 dice on the attack and then 4 dice on damage. If the attack hits, I can use 2 punch this turn as a bonus action. And
Yikes.
2 punch is a 1/4/5 attack that says I may move up to 1 hex if I hit.
Okay.
So that's really fun. 1 punch, 2 punch. Red fish,
3
blue
punch,
fish.
4 punch.
So what is the dodge value of your little skeleton boys?
The Skeletors.
Cold bones.
2.
All right. So I'm going to attack this one because he's
So,
very menacing. So I need to beat a 2 or higher. And I did.
Well,
So a
I
3.
roll.
Wait, is this?
Wait, I don't roll.
Are these just not? I think these are not filled in. Look at this. Look at that die.
Oh.
Dude, I about got wrecked.
Quality control. There's 2. That's so funny.
That would have been like, man, I'm
Why do I always
garbage
miss
this game. It's like there's a paint film missing.
So on defense, I don't do anything.
Don't
right?
do anything, no.
All right.
So you were effectively hit. And then I'm going to roll damage. So 4 damage, and your protection value is what?
3.
All right, so I need to do essentially 4 damage because it's going to be -3 here. Did it.
Okay.
So 1 damage to your cold bones. I think every follower takes 1 damage is removed. So you just go and remove that guy from the table.
And so you score a point for that.
And I score 1 point.
Now,
2 if I was Maelstrom.
if you had 5, would that have done 2 damage and they each take 1? So it's
Yeah.
only 1 follower
You
at a
target
time.
1 follower at a time, yeah. Now the Maelstrom stuff has stuff that targets hexes, and that's why they're really good at like fireballing stuff.
Damn.
But then I have a hit effect, which means I can immediately make the 2 punch as a bonus action. So I'm going to do that. Range 1, 4 accuracy. Nailed it. And then 5 damage.
Okay.
Nailed it.
So he also goes away.
And then the hit effect, I can move up to 1 hex. So I'm going to move here. And I'm done. Back to plot phase.
All right.
Oh, and I also, because I'm not wounded, I would have got +2 on all those rolls. So that was a no-brainer.
So you murdered it.
I already did what I needed to do. Oh, and I moved the hex.
How much health does he have?
2 points. 7 health.
That's it.
And he has a regenerate ability in the plot phase. He can remove 2 wounds. He's a frog regenerating man.
All right.
As we all know, frogs are masters of regeneration.
That's right. as we all clearly know. I'm going to go with my Mistwood Rangers. So they have a movement of 3. Their attack range is also a 3. So 1, 2, 3. Let's go 1 here. 1 here. 1 here.
Okay. Halftusk not scared. This is like a Lord of the Rings scene. About to take down a cave troll.
Yeah, I'm not shooting the cave troll. So this one, they all get to attack?
No. So you choose one when you're using a skill.
One
as the
hex.
Source. Yeah. If there are other things in that hex, they buff that skill.
All right, so let's instead, I'm going to move these guys together. So then they're going to shoot the toads.
3. Nice. Okay. Toad on.
Range 3, and I'm going to use fire. And fire has, because I have 2 units in it, I'm going to get 4 accuracy. And I'm also going to get 4 damage, assuming that I hit you. So what's their defense?
All right. So defense is 2 dodge.
Okay.
So you got to get 2 successes here.
I'm on it.
You could totally whiff it.
3.
Nailed it. And then they have 1 health apiece.
All
and
right.
the protection value is 3, so what's your damage?
4.
All right. You got to get 4 hits.
Missed.
Didn't do it.
By missed, I mean Mistwood. Mistwood Rangers. They're good at missing.
M-I-S-S-E-D, am I right?
Am I right? So that's their turn.
Yeah, get wrecked.
All right.
Okay. Interesting. Move target up to 1 hex toward this Froglodyte. Okay, how about the Froglodyte's Revenge? Get
It's my favorite book.
Get ready. 1, 2. Okay, 1, 2, 3. All right, I'm going to do a move. 1, 2. I can move into the same hexes with my little followers. So that's 1, 2. And then I feel like I kind of want them next to this. I'm just going to go... Man, the positioning on this game is trippy.
Yep.
I want Nia to be able to get up there. So let's do 1,
You don't want to block
2,
your lane.
3. Yeah, let's get a little frog moment out here. Then we're going to use the skill Tongue Lash. Because I have 2 in this hex, I'm going to use this one. I'm going to target here.
Okay.
It's a 2 range attack, so 1, 2. And it is an accuracy 7 or accuracy 6 because I've got him in the same hex there.
Okay. I have 3 dodge, but I have a boon.
Right on.
So make it a 4.
So 4 dodge. Here we go.
That's on the Mistwood Rangers. See if you can miss them. Come on. 6.
Yeah.
Got it.
And then the hit effect is move target up to 1 hex toward the Froglodytes, which is cool. And it does no damage. Get tongue lashed, boy.
I see. They grabbed him with the tongue. Pulled him in.
That's right. I can do that with objective hexes too.
What?
Isn't that
These?
cool? Or with the banners that are placed.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about the actual hex. I was like, oh my goodness.
Okay, and Froglodytes are done.
All right. Mine?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, in that case,
Finvarr's about to throw this thing downtown.
and champions can move on to these things, right?
Yes, champions can. And my froggies can too.
They can
That's
leap
nice.
up onto them. All right. Morrigan. It's going to move. Move 2.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, and let me see. There's an ability called Snowball's Chance, which is funny.
That seems like a low chance kind of a skill. Is that right?
Wow. Check this out. If this skill wounds its target, they gain wounds until they are knocked out.
Are you serious?
But it's only one accuracy and 2 damage.
Wow, that's amazing.
What's your stats over there?
I've got currently a 4 dodge with the boon on Halftusk.
So it's a literal Snowball's Chance.
So do you have to debuff them or something? Like cripple people and then land that thing? Or do you have to buff yourself?
So Ice Blade is a hit effect, and it's if the target has any negative boons, it gains a wound.
Mm-hmm.
Ice Bolt, it gives them a minus accuracy.
Interesting. So you're like debuffing and then you have a tiny chance to completely eliminate a hero.
That's
Champion.
hilarious.
Like a low dodge champion, I guess, would...
Or just bad luck.
Or just really bad luck.
Can you imagine just getting snowballed?
Or good luck.
Well, with 1 or 2 dice, there's not much luck to be had.
Dom says that Ice Bolt is better.
Yes, Ice Bolt's way better.
And then look at Morrigan's trait. What's the trait there at the middle bottom?
Gains a +2 bonus for boons instead of a +1 bonus. So
That's how you snowball's
You want
chance
to
it.
boon them up.
Yeah.
Now, how do I gain the boons?
Looks like, didn't you have an ability that gives you plus accuracy? Ice Bolt?
Hit effect minus accuracy.
Minus accuracy on me.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's other stuff in your list that can target, usually I think probably in the plot phase, like
Yeah,
this
we'll
doesn't
come back
target
around.
anybody. Yeah, we'll get there. I'll bet you have a way to do it yourself.
I just like the idea of it.
What's that incoming cold thing that Cold Bones has, or intense cold?
+1 attack.
And that's only on them?
Yeah.
Self-targeting? Okay.
All right, let's go with, I think, the best attack here.
I assume it's self-targeting. Maybe it's not.
Let's go Ice Bolt.
I'll look it up. Yeah,
So
Ice Bolt.
I have 7 accuracy. What's your dodge?
On Halftusk,
Yep.
he is currently a 4 dodge. I'm going to discard the boon.
You can keep it on your side if you want to have.
Okay. Probably get it back. You did it.
A lot. So then
You got me.
I roll damage, which is a 3. And if I hit, you get a -1 accuracy.
You already get the hit effect?
Yeah.
So you've already hit.
Oh, so you get a -1 accuracy.
All right, done. Give me that.
There you go.
It's just flipped over.
Yep.
Very cool.
And then I'm rolling 3 on the damage. What's your
3 protection.
defense?
So anything over 3 will be damage. Whew.
5.
2 damage. Ding ding.
Ice Bolt indeed.
Ice bolted. Goodness. Okay, and then it looks like, as far as like range on those skills, we would just, I think we'll have to guess that if it's a dash, then it's only going to apply to that model. And then if it has a number, it's literally any other hex that you can target.
That's how that seems right.
Okay, let's do,
And then I flip him back.
for me,
Oh yeah. So my oh, hold on. I had a boon for accuracy and movement. Should I?
Oh, wow.
Should I have used those?
you can just save the movement. Technically, you have to use them the moment that it happens, so they're always wiped the moment that you could have used them.
Okay, that's fine.
So you
I'll
would have
just
got
move
the... Okay, you
like,
can do that.
Maybe I'll just stay there, but I'll get rid of them both.
Right on.
I was like, I don't want to get closer to
I
you.
don't know. Okay, what's Finvarr up to? If I'm on an objective hex, I get better, so that seems worth doing. What if we did... Well, let's try that. Start with an advance. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that seems like where I want to be. And then I've got Mirage, so I can choose a friendly banner, so that's not going to matter. I need to get those down. Void Weapon is going to give me plus damage. And then Life Blade, 145 with a hit effect that removes wounds. Let's just take a swing at you. Range 1, right there. Accuracy is 4 plus 2 because I'm on the magic hex.
2 dodge.
I think that's going to hit. I did it. Needed all the dice to do it.
So you have to get the same amount, or you have to get more?
Same amount,
Cool.
yeah. And then 5 damage. Roll a little better on this boy. What's your
3
defense protection?
defense.
How about
Takes 2.
5? Take 2. Call me in the morning. Finvarr done.
Okay. Also, my Morrigan gets +2 bonus from all my boons, so I would have +2 movement and +2 accuracy.
Yeah, that's where it works.
Yep.
These
Snowball's chances get less snowballing.
It's like you figure out, you know, with the whole point of the model, and then it's like, oh yeah, I get it.
For sure. Okay, mine.
Over to you.
Let's go with my Glory Seekers. They have a very low range thing. Oh, they can also recruit. I forgot about that action. So they move 2. Let's do this. I'm going to go... 2, 1, 2, 2.
Is the hex stuff tripping you out?
No.
Like I'm getting a little tripped out over here.
Where you can't
It's
see
like-
so obviously. Yeah, it's like where are my
like
models?
zooming out. It's like good.
It needs to be right on that line.
Yeah.
Where it's like not obvious but obvious.
Because I looked at this line and I was like, okay, hex, 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 hex.
The way it's so subtle that like it almost becomes hard to count.
Yeah.
Which may be good, maybe bad. I don't know.
Kind of feels like a natural thing, doesn't it?
And then that's all they're going to do because they can't do anything else.
Okay, rolling up. So I could switch it up here in a straight line. I could just do weird stuff here.
Hit me with it.
Stone's Throw, what does that do? Okay, I mean, this is definitely not how you're supposed to use these guys. But, you know.
Look at this thing.
Oh, like a little bug?
I thought it was on the map,
Go on.
and then it was not.
Go on. Let's do Quartzlings. So they've got 0 move, but they have an ability called Rolling Stones. They can move 3 hexes in a straight line, each, up to 3.
Well, these guys?
Yeah,
that's
so let's
amazing.
do that. 1, 2.
Roll out, man.
Yeah, and it's like weird because I could technically billiards these 2 into this hex, and then have like a Stone's Throw, which is range 2 at like this guy, which I think is fine. Let's do that. 1, 2, 1, 2.
That's pretty funny.
These little guys rolling around. And then Stone's Throw will target here.
Okay.
And I've got
The cold
2
bones.
things, so it's 5 accuracy.
I have a 2. 2 dodge.
All right, Quartzlings, 5 accuracy. Here we go.
Give me that classic woolly luck.
I got it.
No.
And then 4 damage.
3
What's your
defense.
protection? Okay, here's where it matters. Ha! Blanks.
I was kidding.
Over to you, bun.
All right. Let's go with Lorsann. Here we go. She's going to... These guys have 1 health? The froggies?
Yeah, I think every follower that I have has 1 health.
All right, she's going to piercing shot. It's range 3. I roll 5 dice. What's their dodge?
She's just picking off my little frogs?
Yep. You'll see why.
Uh-huh. I have a 2 dodge and a 3 protection. And which one of these hexes do you
The
want
front
to target?
hex.
Front
Yeah,
hex.
so we'll go 2 dodge.
2 dodge, whiff. Got it.
Got it. And so it doesn't do any damage, but it says the target gains 1 wound.
Oh, nice. Easy.
Yeah, so did I get a point for that?
Yep, absolutely.
Did you gain 2 points from my Skeletors?
Yep, I did.
All right, and then she has the ability, after Lorsann uses a skill that inflicts 1 or more wounds, she can move a hex.
Nice.
So she's going to come around
She's
south.
in Plink City here.
Yeah, then she's going to
Got her
use
22.
Mystic Arrow. This is pretty crazy. So range 3, we'll go Champion,
Bring it on.
and it's 3 accuracy.
You got all these like big hit 'em and win 'em
Yeah,
abilities.
so like check this out. It's only 3 accuracy, but if it hits, I roll 5 for damage, and also after the damage roll, I make a 5 damage roll against the target. So it's 2
wow,
5
so
damage
it's 2 5
rolls.
damage rolls, yeah.
Yeah. And what did you say his thing was?
He's got a 3 dodge and a 3
All
protection.
right, let's just do it.
You need to do 5 damage total to take him off the map.
That's my goal.
That is your...
I could have also just used my 8 accuracy 4 die attack, but let's just, I need a 3 here. Ah, yeah, read them and weep them. Hit for 4. Okay, so
Garbage.
I make a 5 damage roll, and then after that roll, I make a 5 damage roll again.
Okay, so I'm gonna... It's blocked 3 every time.
All right, first roll. 5.
Boogala boogala.
So you take 2, and because I did damage, I can move a space,
Yeah.
and then I'll
Now, if you do 3, you knock me out.
let's go for that.
So how much do you have to do? 6 total. 5.
Oh, so close.
All right, 6 health. You've still got plenty of chances.
She gets to move.
Fascinating.
But if I had knocked you out, I get a bonus point because
You
she's
get
a Slayer.
4 for knocking a champion out, and then a bonus 1 for Slayer.
Would have been all but over.
So you can tee him up and then have your Slayers come in and finish him sometimes too, which is
See you next.
super
See you next
helpful.
round, half tough.
Okay, Okay. So let's see. I look at my cards. I see what hasn't gone yet. The Shadow Sentinels and Nia. Okay. So what's your next? So this guy, does he have any range stuff that
No, unfortunately.
could? And then,
Well, yeah, I positioned poorly.
you mean you made a mistake on your first? So he's a 1 range guy?
Yeah, can I hit my own guys?
No, I think that's a static rule. Any mono within range. Okay, I kind of like that. And then choose an enemy mono within range. It gains that blight. Interesting. Okay, I can do that. Then erosion, hit effect. So she's a debuffer, basically. That's her main bag. She needs to be up in the fight and then make things happen. Okay, so she's going to go movement here. Bing. Then she's going to get a bonus action because all 3 of my rot guys are on the table, which is great. I think she really functions like that because she wants to debuff and then crystal glare it. So let's do an erosion. Let's do a blinding light effect.
Okay.
It's a 2 range. So let's go here and here. Does he have any blights on him?
No.
No blights currently. All right, so let's do the blinding light. It's going to do an accuracy blight if it hits, and then it's a 5 damage. 4 accuracy attack.
2 dodge.
You're a good blight sponge. Easy to hit. All right, done. Consider yourself minus accuracy, and then I got 5. Two. Probably not going to do it, is it?
Nope.
Okay, and then I'm going to use Crystal Glare. Choose a blight on an enemy model within range 2. So I'll choose minus accuracy. And then put it on another model within range 2 to also gain that blight. I'll put it on your little skellies.
Come on.
Minus accuracy across the board. And that will be it. Nia done.
Okay. Then I have Titus left. He's not going to be effectual.
I'm paralyzed. I've done it all wrong.
Here. Great. Thanks, Titus.
Yeah, great turn there. A masterful turn. And then the Shadow Sentinels are going 3. And so I'm up 1. So I'm gonna win.
Unless
Something weird happens. 1, 2, 3.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a hex?
That's a hex.
1, 2, 3.
All right. Attack of opportunity. Just kidding.
1, 2, 3. I feel like I'm playing BattleTech.
Are they all the
Advanced
same
Rules.
hex?
Yeah, they're trying to be. I think there's a hex there.
There's a hex here.
Yeah, let's do that. I think I could have got there. I don't know. This section is just like a little too organic, maybe. But there's something that's very appealing about it too.
The dark lines get lost on that tree.
All right, and then let's take an attack. How about life trade? 1 range, 5 accuracy, 5 damage. What's your defense? What's your dodge on little elf man?
8. 3.
Ooh! Got it. And then 5 damage. Here we go.
Ah, 4 shields. Just kidding, 1.
Got a point. We done?
We done.
All right. So let's go to the end phase. Let's consult the manual. Okay.
So that was not
That wasn't too bad.
overly dense.
That wasn't too bad.
I understand what's going on, and I now wish I had done everything completely differently.
Yeah, you kind of
which is a
position
good sign.
differently. You would move things around differently, etc.
But I get what's going on.
Yeah. All right. I'm just gonna go to the back of this if it's not
I'm gonna
right
check
here.
this model out while you're doing it.
Okay. So at the end, any banners
movement.
scored? No
0.
banners. There aren't any banners, so that's worth a thing.
Bruce is gone.
Then we're gonna flip the thing.
So you're gonna flip
I'm
the
gonna
points.
score these points.
1 point.
My point. We're gonna put the 2 probably on the
Doesn't
person
the loser
who
of the round
lost.
get to pick if they go first or second?
Oh, yes, they do.
See.
At the end of the turn, player with a turn token to their side flips it and scores the points. Turns increase in value, etc. And then, what did we say at the
Who
end
places
of
these things?
Yeah, it's you. It's definitely you. Let me end phase that. You can roll a die. The player who lost the turn rolls a die and adds 2 to the result. 2. Gather that many hexes and place them one by one on empty hexes adjacent to other objective hexes.
More positioning failures.
In the rare case, oh yeah, just like throw them all on my side.
If I could have just been here, it's like, I'll put them this direction.
Just do it. Just
Instead,
at least
man.
do that. I mean, you got to do that. You can't
Look at
just.
this. Here's the fun part about it, though, is that, like,
You start to block
I'm
things off.
blocking your followers over there. Mine have range, so I can just shoot over them.
Yeah, that's good. It's a good strat.
Okay.
I don't mind it. And then I think that's it.
I want to go first. Do I get to pick that?
Yeah, I think if you lost, you pick if you want to go first, and then the token goes to the first player's side. It seems like the way the rules would work, doesn't it?
But I get to go first, and the points start in my favor?
Yeah, I think that's standard. Because second, you can always adapt. Like you can, like I said, it's positioning game.
Isn't that funny? Like, I naturally am like, that seems like I get both advantages. And you're like, no, I get to adapt.
I get to respond. Yeah, closer to the first player's warband. Yeah.
All right, I'll go first. Shocker.
Go on.
All right, so correct me if I'm wrong. I'm going to go with Morrigan. It all started because the stream crew wouldn't get off my back about the Morrigan. There's no the. Am I good to go?
Yeah, you're good to go.
All right, so I'm going to move a space. I'm going to drop a shard.
Wow. Scary.
But that gives me a point,
That's
right?
for the point, yeah.
And then, like, my idea here was that I can, like, block you from moving over here to stomp it.
That is the idea.
You have to move into it to stomp it, right?
Yes, champion has to move in there to stomp it. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, nice placement, bro. Looking good. Looking good. Oh, yeah? Well, how do I get over there? Can I?
I mean, if you move now, you can move on this next phase, because we don't score points from that till the end of the next round, right? Like, you place them in this round, but you don't score points until the end of the,
Right,
the
yeah.
combat round.
But I want to go move over there and crush it.
But, I mean, you can crush it on that round.
Yeah, but I want to do it now.
I want it now.
What if I do it now? Okay, so I'm in the banner protection business here.
How's that business this time of year? Good for the holidays?
I'm tempted to just hit my ulti.
What?
Yeah, that sounds like something
Schmidt?
that people would say, right?
Street youths?
hit my ulti. 1, 2, 1, 2. That's a lot of boon action.
I don't know what you're saying.
I played this game many times. I'm actually
A professional?
I travel for tournaments.
On the circuit?
On the I'm
circ?
on the, I don't know if you know, but
Hit the
I'm
circs?
on the circuit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, let's start with Nia. She's definitely placing a banner.
This is a little creepy.
Yeah, like a little staff. Is it like creepy, like
No, it's
True
see, it's
Detective?
got like the star in there, you know?
Yeah, the pentagram.
Yeah, the pentagram.
That's
That's
fine.
the thing.
Nia is going to move 1, then going to use March to move up to 1 hex,
Seems good.
and then I have a bonus action because my Earth Bros are on the table, and I will claim,
What does that mean?
place a banner,
Score a point.
and I will score 2 points because I'm a shaper.
How cool is this, though? It's like a crystal rock.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Bryce. Uh-huh.
It's cool. You ever have those? You know
Yeah,
what
the
I mean?
geodes, yeah.
Geodes.
Yeah,
Geodes.
they're there.
Yeah.
I'm not a technical person. The Morrigan. All right, mine?
Yeah, yours. Can you do damage in this phase? Can you
Yeah,
just plink off
absolutely, dude.
Halftusk? I should have healed with him, I guess.
I mean, I'm not going to... I don't think I can do that.
Or am I?
Yeah,
I'm not gonna wait. Yeah,
Hold on a second.
Yeah, definitely am.
Make sure I can't do that. I don't think I can do damage in this phase.
Oh, it's the plot phase. Yeah, we're totally screwing that up. Thank you.
What
Thank
happened?
You, stream. It's the plot phase, so you do everything.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, remember that?
Ah!
The choices, it's just like smashing you in the face.
Hold on.
It's like
All
a
right.
windshield.
Let's back this up. Can you get the points back to whatever they were?
Yeah, starting 1 to you. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Woo.
That's going to take some getting used to there.
That changes everything.
Yeah. So I'm actually exceedingly vulnerable if I'm damaged like this. Like, do you have anything that can do 1 damage this turn? No.
I don't think so.
Okay, it's the plot phase. It's the friendly phase.
The only one that, remember Sneaky Pete?
Sneaky Pete does, yeah, I guess. Sneaky Pete does damage.
But wait, I do have a way. Lorsann's death blow, her feet.
Oh, her
The
ulti?
hit effect is 2 wounds.
Oh, yeah, that might be worth it. Could be a waste of time, though. Maybe you want it for later, you know?
If you're down, you don't get to go during this phase, right? And then during the fight phase, you'd have to spend an action to stand up, or can you stand up this
I think I
phase?
can stand up in the plot phase. Yeah, it doesn't say it has to be in one of the phases.
But it'd score a lot of points.
It's 5 points, right off the top. Don't score so many points that you can't score more, though. You know what I mean? You max out your bar.
Yeah. I'm afraid of that. It's like being, you don't want to have too much money because then you wouldn't need to earn any more. I'll deal with that problem when I get to it. Yeah, I understand. Okay, so here's my
Max out that IRA.
thing. Let's go. I'm gonna start here still. I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna place the cube.
All right, back to 1. Here we go.
Yeah. All right. Then Lorsann's gonna go, and I'm gonna use my feet. So death blow. Range 3. I get 6 accuracy. She's gonna see if she can finish the job here.
You got any blights or anything?
What's his? No, she has +1 damage though. Whenever I would actually do damage. So what's his big
7.
7? Well, no, that's not true.
3. Oh, I thought I had a
Got it.
moment.
All
Two,
right.
2 wounds?
2 wounds. So I score 5 points from that.
Mm-hmm.
Did you look to the bottom of these bases yet?
Mm-mm. Is there a smiley face? Oh, SFG, nice.
Yeah. So then, because I damaged you, I get to move.
Yeah, okay.
So
That seems like a deal. Is that a deal?
Here.
Is that real?
Yeah, that's her. After she uses a skill that inflicts 1 or more wounds, she can move. Then I'll flip over because I don't have the feet anymore.
That's right.
What is it called? The feet?
Yes. Ultimate.
Then I'll spend
maybe
my
it's called
second
a feat,
action.
I don't know.
To drop this here. This thing.
Wow.
Score a point. I
You're
think.
just dropping them. You're just dropping them, aren't you?
All right, then let's go with the Skeletors. Where are they at? Here they are. So if they regenerate, how does that function? Is that this phase or next phase?
When you recruit, let's look it up because I know that you bring them back in, and I can't remember if it's like next to or they have to be in the a hex that a model is already in. Okay, recruit. Return a follower model to the battlefield after it's knocked out. Unhelpful.
Okay.
Coming back. Okay. Use the recruit. Place 1 model from the follower in a hex adjacent to its champion.
Okay.
Makes sense? So the champion is basically spewing them out on the follower turn.
Okay, cool.
It's kind of an awkward and
pretty cool.
toxic way of saying that. Spewing them out.
Great. I approve of this message.
They're voluntarily following the hero into battle, etc.
So my cold bones.
These cold bones.
These cold
healing
bones.
hands.
Are going to use the so cool mistress exclamation point.
Oh yeah, you can move Halftusk to two things if you want.
Yeah, let's do that. I can't see these, but there they are.
Hold on, we've got a solution for this.
What? Oh yeah.
Yep.
Nailed it.
Spot on. Give him the old death slide. That's pretty cool. You definitely knocked him out.
So I'm going to give
Thank you,
Morrigan
Alex.
a +1 accuracy, +1 movement boon. So if I have a plus and a minus boon on accuracy,
I think you resolve them for 0 and they both go away.
but there are 2 on Morrigan.
Oh yeah, so +1 and then they both go away, yeah.
Great. And then they will...
Just make up the rules as I go.
Yeah, why not?
I feel like it's so intuitive that I feel like I have a good idea of how it should work. It's famous, very famous last words.
Then they're going to move.
Wow, open the gate,
Actually,
clear the
let's
way, draw a bridge.
Get out of here. All right, so that was the old Cold Bones. And I've gone with Lorsann, and I've gone with...
I should really be thinking about what I'm going to do.
Morrigan. Nah, you figure that out when you go.
Figure it out when you go?
Do you get a point for smashing that?
Yeah, I think so.
So it's...
Well, maybe not.
That's math is... That math
Yeah,
is way
maybe
better
not.
for you.
I don't feel like you would. It's certainly not here. But it's already there. You can't take it back.
I mean, that's fine. I got a point for placing it. I didn't know if you canceled it out completely by getting rid of it.
Yeah, I guess that would be a good question. If you just crush it, do you get the same?
Because that would make it really good for your +1 when you place them. Because then you would always net 1.
It just says enter a hex that contains an enemy banner model, removing the banner from the battlefield.
Okay, cool.
So no points.
So let's at least make this challenging for you.
That makes sense too. I think that would. That'd just be a little backy-forthy place and crush moment. Crushing
right.
is about denial.
Here's what I'm going to do. Ready? This is going to be funny. I'm going to move 2. Then I'm going to use I'll kill you all. Range 3, 6 accuracy. I'm going to target the little rocks.
But don't kill them all.
They're not going to die.
happens?
They don't die. I'm just moving them.
No. What are they? They are a 2 dodge. You got them. It's like hitting literally the broadside of a barn.
So it says hit
Broadside of a
hit
mountain.
effects move all followers and targets unit that are within range up to 1 hex. So let's just do this to make it challenging for you. So they can't roll together, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I totally know.
Then we're going to go with our Glory Seekers. What? Roar, 1 champion within range may move a hex. It's pretty good.
That's really good. Ooh, I like that a lot.
Mm-hmm.
You could crush your own banner.
Could be good to place a banner again.
Yeah, I'm in strategy mode. You can't technically do that, I don't think. Well, you know, does it say enemy banner? Why have we played card games for so long?
This is why. The rules are on the card.
Well, it's mainly like, hey, could we break this? Let's do this weird ways that nobody would want to do.
Implying.
Enemy banner only.
All right. So these guys, the Glory Seekers, are going to
Good playtesting so far.
And then these cats.
This one's just staying put?
Oh, I didn't see him there. Let's go here.
Your hand grazed him.
Then I'm going to do this. Then they're going to attack here. They can't attack.
Yeah. Outflank.
Or can they?
Oh, outflank is cool. You can remove them all, so you could like move these guys over here. That's interesting.
So it's a hit effect. Place each Glory Seeker that is adjacent to the target and a hex adjacent to the target.
Yeah.
Huh.
You can just kind of do some weird
but they
circle.
could like pop over here, right?
Well, it depends. If this is the target,
But like if I target this guy,
yeah,
they could slide over.
I think it's only anything that's adjacent to it when it happens.
Oh yeah.
It's like a aerial dancing around the
That's
same thing.
Crazy
yeah.
town. Okay, let's actually do this instead on the move. And that's all they'll do. They don't need to recruit. They're all fine.
You guys are fine,
I guess
right?
technically.
You got any boon stuff?
I could have done this better, but that's fine. All right, we're good. Then I'm gonna go with my Driftwood Monts. Where are they at? The Mistwoods. They're gonna use Blur to get +1 dodge. Then they're gonna use Fairy Fire.
I bet it's minus
this
armor,
guy.
isn't it?
It is.
Man, I knew that from every game I've ever played.
Range 3.
That's
I
Warcraft
roll
and
4 dice on this guy.
that is Finvarr. It's a 4 dodge, ninja style.
Swoosh Town. 5. -1 armor, please.
-1 armor. All right, I got it. Give me the. Thank you. It's been a pleasure.
And that's my. What is this phase called?
Did you do the whole plot? All
the
plots are
yeah,
done.
I'm done. I mean, it was a long plot
So
phase,
it is
actually.
written. Okay, move target up to 1 hex. Okay. Okay, how are we going to do this? Let's just think for a second.
I'm not in a rush.
You know? Let's just think for a second.
Jay McGrath saying, is the game worth picking up? I remember all the buzz like a year ago, it seems. I think that's definitely...
That's where we are, too.
That's exactly where we're at. I was super excited early on, then there were a lot of delays, and it got pushed back and pushed back. So we're checking it out. Whether or not it's worth grabbing is something we're figuring out now. This is our first game since it actually came out. I think it came out, or it's coming out soon. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's like last Friday, I think. Choosing a number friendly barrier, then replace it when object targets within range of 4. Oh my gosh, you're so good, Finvarr. Wow, that's great. Let's go last with Finvarr. Ugh, man, this is a disastrous amount of decisions to make. I'm just gonna start going.
That's what I do.
think that's what
I
we
mean, the
gotta
thing
do.
is, I don't get to go. So the only thing you really need to think about is like positioning.
Mm-hmm.
Don't block yourself like I did.
I will not do that.
Yeah. Other than that, I mean, you're going to use all your abilities and it's fine.
Okay, get wrecked, bun. I also don't want to hose myself there. 1, 2, 3. That 1, 2, 3. I could go make some moves. I could push this.
Darkness asking how many crews upon release. So there's 2 different starters that come with 2 champions each and their followers. And there's 2 expansion packs. That's what we've seen so far. Is anything else out already, or is that just it?
No idea. Okay, Finvarr, you're going to go. We're going to start with a Shadow Ward. It's a range 2, 5 die attack.
Who's doing that?
And Finvarr here. And we're going to target here. What is your dodge?
A 3. Our first miss of the day.
Okay.
Man.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
I don't
it's
know the
fine,
odds,
it's
but I
fine.
feel like the dice are not in your favor.
You always feel like that. Appreciate that.
Yeah, I'm good at dice. Working on that skill my whole life.
And then let me just do a little, yeah. Okay, and then I'm gonna do a move. 1, get crushed. You can have that back.
Thank you.
And then 2 and 3, because I've got this boon.
There it is.
Welcome to the club. All right, let's get Nia up here. She's got a 2 right now. There's just no way where you can't just crush a banner. You know? You ever feel that way?
If you put a banner here in between 2 of my champions, then I will
Where
be
else
able
is
to
it gonna
crush
go?
I mean, like I did this thing. The objective sprawl will keep getting wider,
Yeah.
so it'll get easier.
So let's do. Nia's gonna roll. Ooh, I could do a quartzling. That's fascinating. Let's do that. That's exciting. Let's go with the quartzlings. 1, 2. They move like normal in this phase.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Good to know.
1, 2, and
Trapped.
I'm trapped. Ah! And then I'll use Calcify with this Quartzling. If it's the only model in its hex and adjacent to an objective, replace it with an objective hex.
What? That was genius.
She's got the tools. Then we'll go with Nia. We'll go ahead and place our banner there.
Score a point.
For 2 points, because I'm a shaper.
Boo.
Dun, 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 dun. And then I think I'm gonna work on my blocking moments. Trying. What's his movement in the other phase?
2.
Jumping on.
All right.
Okay, Nia, done. And because I do not have my Quartzlings on the bonus action there. Then let's just get some.
I think you flipped that back.
Did I?
You
Yes, I
flipped and
did.
flipped.
Thank you.
The darker side is the combat-y side.
Yeah. Okay, so there's that. We'll flip that over. Quartz things are done. Let's go with Shadow Sentinels. They've got a 2 move, and they've got a minus. That's a 1 range. They've got a minus foot.
Yeah, people talking. They previewed the other day a dragon queen that has 2 dragon followers, which of course piqued my interest
as you might expect.
8 or 9 year Targaryen loyalist, and then General Dragon fan before that.
General Dragon.
General Dragon. That's got to be a character now.
It's here to stay. I need to get my froggies over there.
They're kind of way off in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah. I wonder
Although
if
Lorsann got into enemy territory real quick. He
All right,
looks
hold on,
sneaky
let
anyway.
me see if I can actually. This. Okay, 1,
Mm-hmm.
2, 3, 4. Okay, so I can do some frog moments here. 1, 2, 1, 2.
And they're gonna hop too.
They can hop 2.
That's cool. Bouncing over the
Yeah,
Godtear.
have at thee, Zach.
And now you're blocking me.
And now I'm blocking you. That's right.
I see. What's the dodge here?
I won't tell you. Halftusk will take first action to stand up and heal
4.
everything.
How is Earth person a 4 dodge?
She's got a cloak on. And then 1, 2. Halftusk in the moment here.
Wow.
Yeah, you're very impressed, aren't you? Wow, that move 2 was sick.
He's just so scary looking.
He is, he's good, isn't he? He's just a big old punching bag for you. And then Shadow Sentinels, what's your movement here in the clash?
7. 2.
Okay, let's do, here's the big moment of the game here. Shadow Snare, Morrigan.
Says you. The Morrigan.
The Morrigan, excuse me. Thank you. Actually, let's do a move. We're just going to do that, like so. Oh, I forgot to, no, I did place a banner, yeah, okay.
Pin me in.
And then Shadow Step is going to attack Morrigan. 5, what's your dodge? Doesn't matter, hit it. And
2.
then you get -1 speed. That's all that does.
Okay.
Done.
All right. So now we get to the
Plot phase number
onesies.
2. Yep, who's got odds where?
How many points is the, what do you call these things? The banner?
That is worth
At the end of the round?
4 points.
Wow.
Now, if it was a blue banner, it'd be worth 5 points.
Currently ahead by 6.
Yeah, I'm all backwards. Blue needs to be placing, well, protecting, I guess. So I get a bonus point for placing with green, but a bonus point for having at the end of the turn with blue.
Yeah, so green gets it immediately. Blue
Huh.
gets it if it's still there at the end.
Okay, well, I'd take the green gamble every time. I like that
But isn't
better.
it +2? with
No,
the
it's
blue?
just the +1, but it could technically be scored 4 turns in a row if you didn't deal with it. So that's
That's
worth
right.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's worth something.
I see how that worked. Yeah, now you got to make real decisions, don't you?
Yes.
The thing that amazes me actually a little bit
What's his speed?
as we play is it just becomes a big old dog pile, doesn't it?
Yeah.
3 speed.
I mean, look at it.
I'm
I'm
fast.
sure the objectives will change though, where it's not just all in the middle, right?
Yeah, yeah.
You said 3?
But also, I mean, the board is not big enough. There's not enough. It does force action to the middle, like stat.
I think that's what it wants to do. Mm-hmm. All right, let's go with my Mistwood Rangers. They are going to move. Actually, before they move, they're going to attack. Let's fire.
Fire.
Fire! What's your lowest out of these cats? What's the lowest agility?
Out of what?
What's his agility?
High. Look at him. He's like ninja boy. 4.
What are these guys? Same thing?
Very ninja as well. 4. Yeah.
This guy?
3.
All right, we'll shoot him. Fire. So
Genius.
4 accuracy with these cats.
So the lower number
Nailed it. And then
Almost didn't.
Almost didn't. You're right. And then they have 4 damage. Ooh, that would have been nice to know.
4 damage die coming
Yep.
in? All right, 3 protection. Anything over 3 is damage. I'll take 2.
Fire.
I've seen this play out before.
Down to 5 health.
Every turn you just
And
get
then
half tusk.
we'll move here just to make it go a long way around. They have activated.
They have activated. I have spoken.
I've spoken. Have you seen The Mandalorian?
Yeah.
We need to talk about that after
Enough
this.
of that. Enough of the. I think I've seen 3 episodes. Enough to make it matter.
Yeah. You're in for a treat.
All right, so that was your little things went.
The Mistwoods.
Okay.
They didn't mist though.
They did not mist. It's funny, guys.
Just playing a game. Hot potato.
Okay. Halftusk.
You gotta ask yourself how you're gonna get a champion all the way around there.
You got to ask yourself that. You definitely do have to ask that. Life trade. I'm not down any followers there, so that doesn't matter.
I can't wait to try Snowball's chance on half tough.
Do not make an advance. Then we move 1. Okay, so that's interesting. Let's do Avoid Weapon on the Shadow Sentinels. That's just an ability. They get to make their weapons sparkle, in my head at least. I almost pulled that off of your card. And then second action, we're going to do a life trade on Morrigan.
What is that?
It's just an attack. I'm going to target it from here, so it's going to get the 2 follower bonus. So the Shadow Sentinels are performing life trade, 5 accuracy and 5 damage, plus 1 for the boon. Do you have anything worth knowing about over there on old Morrigan? Do you double only the boons or the boons and the blights?
Just the boons.
Okay. And you've got a speed and accuracy and, okay, nonsense. What do I have to hit? What's your dodge, everything?
2.
Did it.
Nailed it.
And then here's 5 plus 1 for my plus damage boon, because I'm
Alright.
void weapon. The only way to kill an ice witch. Yeah, a void weapon works like a charm.
Yeah, it's voided. Nothing happened in there. One
All right,
hit.
1 damage. What's your
Lord.
armor? More than 1?
3. Yeah.
Okay.
You're only 3 away from hitting.
And then Shadow Step. If I do not make an advance action during my activation, I can move 1 hex at the end of the activation. So let's go 1, 2, 3.
Protect.
All right, done. Shadow Sentinels.
All right. Well, I feel like I'm going to see if I can knock that guy out again.
Yeah, punch him around. Daze him. I guess I should look at my alties. Cool. Wow, she's great. Throw some banners
What's their
up.
speeds?
This guy or the frogs?
That guy and that guy.
3 on the ninja, 2 on Halftusk.
All right.
3 on Finvarr, 2 on Halftusk.
Just doing some math. I got some stuff happening, you know?
Advance. Yeah, I know. It's like this weird positioning thing combined with all sorts of numbers.
Well, and you don't want to move all half-tusk because then I have free reign to go smash her.
Yes, I'm having to balance those things very cleverly.
Very cleverly. All right, let's go with Titus. He has a little ditty called "This skill may target up to 2 models in the same hex."
That's a heck of a ditty there.
Yeah.
Very musical. Okay, so he's a maelstrom, so he can target these frog boys.
Actually, wait.
He can do a double frog attack.
Yeah, we're gonna do that. So it's got a 5 accuracy. What's your agility for the frogs?
2. Yep.
And then
But can he do the damage?
rolls a 6 damage attack. What's
3 armor.
So I need to do, it targets both of them at the same time. So if I get 4, they both go away? Or do I need to get 5?
No, yeah. You do it per model.
All right, so first model.
So this is the first model.
Do I
And
need to
you'll
also hit the other model?
I think you hit the second one and do damage again. That means look at it.
Oh,
But yes, I'm almost certain. I'm almost 1,000% certain that that's how that works.
Jamie asking, how do people rank this versus other skirmish type games like Arena Rex or Aristea? That's something we're going to be discussing.
Yeah, that's why we're here. Really, we're trying to figure that out. Okay, and make a hit roll. Numbers, skill as dice.
Jonathan H just asked, just got on the stream, is this finally coming out soon? As far as I know, it came out last week. So yes.
Okay. If a follower, yep, nope, yep, 5 dice. Okay, got it. Skill effects banners, yep. Got your dice. The skill usually, when you use a skill that targets multiple models, follow the steps once for each target. Okay, so you hit the first one, and now you got to damage the first one.
All right.
Done.
So I get a point?
2 points because you're a maelstrom.
Oh my goodness, it's so good.
So you're gonna cap out.
Yeah.
This is all a part of my plan.
The next one, I have to
Yep.
hit first.
You gotta hit it. Yeah, hit a 3.
Got
Did
it.
it. Damage a 3.
Also got it.
2 more points.
I'm at the cap.
That's right. So I can just
All right.
let you have it.
Then he'll move.
He's got a 2. He didn't have like a minus move on him or
He's
something.
got a 2.
It didn't do anything
Nothing.
good.
He was just hanging out.
Boy, he was built for that exact moment, wasn't he?
He was absolutely built for just that moment.
Okay, Steven's turn.
Wow. His feat is crazy town.
All right, Halftusk is gonna go before you punch him
Ultimate.
around again. He's gonna use 1 punch. It's a 6 accuracy -1, so it's only a 5 at Morrigan.
Who's doing what?
Here to here. Unless, is she like a super weak?
She's got a 4 dodge, but only 1 defense.
Ooh. And what's the dodge here?
2.
I'm gonna do that one.
Morgan?
Yeah. Got it. And then damage is 4. What's your armor?
3.
Probably not gonna hit. But the key thing, I get a 2 punch as a bonus. Welcome
All right.
to the second punch, my friend. 4.
Only a 2. Got it.
Got it. 5 dice. Take 1. Wait, what's your armor?
3.
Take 1.
Okay.
And then the hit effect, I can move 1 hex.
Ooh.
You know where this goes.
I do know exactly where this
Activate.
is going. Oh, no.
1, 2.
But porque. Oh, I had a whole plan.
Yeah.
I didn't think that was possible. How much health you got left? 5? You know what it's time for.
You got that ulti again?
No. I can only do ultimate once, eh?
That's right. Yeah, you gotta flip it over.
Mine?
Yeah, it's over to you.
All right, let's just go. Morgan is going to do Ice Bolt, range 3, 7 accuracy.
On who?
Big Papa.
All right, 3.
Barely.
Ooh, got it. And then 3 armor.
I only
Is
roll
there
3, but
All right.
a hit effect is -1 accuracy.
Yeah, you got me.
Nothing.
Yay.
But on Ice Blade, which is what I will use now, it's range 1. Great. I roll 5. What's your is 3?
3.
Barely.
None.
What?
No damage.
Oh. Then you gain 1 wound because
wait,
you
was
have
that
a
hit?
-1
Was that
accuracy.
to hit or
was
was
the
that
hit.
damage?
That was the hit.
Okay,
This is
you
the
did it, yeah.
But you'll automatically take 1.
Gain 1 wound
because you-
automatically because
yeah,
it's cold?
because you have the -1 thing.
Oh, yeah, nice. 4, 5, 6, 7, -3, 6, 5, 4. You dead.
Wait, hold on. Ding, 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 ding. I didn't think I would actually knock him out,
See, that's what I'm talking
but I
about.
get to move him twice.
You didn't heed my advice, and you just capped out your score track.
It's okay.
You're just getting punted.
I had fun.
Oh my gosh. Why?
good.
Why Halftusk? Why? It's like clearly my favorite model, just getting wrecked. That's how that goes, isn't it?
That'll be me.
Okay. All right.
And these go away.
Meaningful things to follow. I mean, you got to think about so much. It's so much thinking. Okay, so I'm totally split up here on my Earthmen.
These two. Yeah.
But this guy's got to go, right? This guy's got to go.
You can try. He's got 3 agility and 3 defense.
So did Halftusk. Didn't seem to matter. All right, let's go with the Quartzlings. Let's start with the recruit. Ding. And then let's have this one do a stone's throw on Titus here. So it's
3 agility.
4 dice coming up.
Got it.
Got it. And then 4 damage. What's your armor?
3.
Oh,
Wow.
how 5. Take 2.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. Just got to roll dice to know. Just do it, you know? Just be like, this is what I'm doing. And over to you.
All right. Let's go with my Glory Seekers. Yeah, you went.
I went.
I need to read this card.
Halftusk, you're getting wrecked.
Every round.
Man, how funny is that? He looks like a guy that would just get kind of punted around a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
It's a bummer.
Okay, you ready for this? This is hilarious. My Glory Seekers are going to do an attack called Surround Pound.
Okay.
Like surround sound.
That's pretty
Gets
cool.
+1 accuracy, +1 attack for each other hex adjacent to the target that contains 1 or more Glory Seekers. So I'm attacking here, and there's 2 next to it. So I'm attacking with 2, which doesn't really matter. It's range 1. It's 4 accuracy and 4 damage, but then it's +1 accuracy, +1 damage.
So 6 and 6,
Yeah,
probably,
6 and 6.
for the additional. You set that up. Did you know you were doing that?
No. What's this thing?
2 dodge, 4 protection.
All right.
Do they have any blights or anything?
Got it. Nope.
All right, 4. Yeah. Back
right.
at you, buddy.
Yeah. Then they'll move. Let's go here, here, and then 2, 2. All right. And then it's your turn.
Okay. I feel like I just kind of want to do a chop here.
Chop, chop.
Yep. You're trying to keep me off that objective hex.
What objective hex?
That's smart. I do get +2 accuracy when I'm on them.
What are you talking about?
I don't know. What am I doing?
Like all these guys here that like make you have to walk around?
Yeah, I'm going to do it, though.
Unintentional. Really?
All right, Finvarr. 1, 2, 3. Huh. Can't get on there. How'd you know that?
I knew that math, so you couldn't get on there. Because I used to have an objective there. I had no idea you got a bonus from being on it.
I think I'm going to start chopping.
These guys?
Yeah, I'm going to chop those guys. Or really this guy. I'm chopping that guy. What's your defense?
The little guys?
What's your dodge?
2 dodge, but I get a +1 on the first one. Make it a 3.
What?
I have a boon.
Oh, you got the boon. Okay. Need a 3. Got it. And then damage is 4 or 5 on the life blade effect. And I can remove a wound if it hits, but I'm not wounded. Did it. 4.
This one?
Take it. This guy.
Oh, I was using the wrong stats.
Oh, okay. You can put that boon back if you were booned.
Yeah, it was.
Booned too far.
So it's 3. He actually had 3 armor, so you only did that by 1 damage. Side note.
But I did it. That's all I care about.
That's right.
And then I'll take a move. 1, 2. Here. Position myself for a strong next turn. Done. Oh, and I get a thing. You can score points again. How about that?
Mine?
It's yours.
All right. This went exactly how I wanted it to.
Yeah.
Let's go with Lorsann.
You're sitting there for hours, like moving things around, going through various scenarios, looking at every option I might take advantage of.
Exactly. That's how I play.
Also my phone's dead, so I'm going to sneak onto your chat.
You're fine.
Never know who's going to win Godtear until halfway through the last clash phase at earliest. Just not sure which one is going to be the last phase. Yeah, that seems true. Hannah's Waltz. Thanks for the game, guys. Got to go to bed. I hope there's a VOD tomorrow that I can finish it. Yeah, absolutely. It'll be on YouTube right after this.
Your guys are dodgy.
Yeah. Yeah. How does that make you feel?
Could be better.
Halftusk is wrecked.
All right, let's go with Lorsann. She's going to... what is...
This guy looks like he needs to get shot, doesn't he?
He does. He's just standing there asking for it. He's like, shoot me.
It's like a mini boss at the end of the level.
Yeah.
But you can still easily handle him. He thinks he's way stronger than he is. And I've still got Nia can go as well.
This lady?
Yeah. The very same. And I can do corrosion. Okay, so she probably should go first and debuff people. That's how that works.
Let's go.
Not dead last.
I'm going to go snipe here, actually. So it's an 8 accuracy
You can
attack.
snipe somebody next to you.
Yeah, I can, actually.
What is this, Halo 1?
Absolutely.
4 dodge. Good shot at it. Incredible.
Missed.
That's a good miss for me.
All right, sweet.
You don't get that free move. Your entire plan is done.
Done,
Game is
yeah.
over. You may as well scoop.
I'm just going to move here.
Well, look at us just moving around.
Go ahead.
Okay, Nia. What can we do here? I know what we can do. We've got a full spread of Earth Boys, so I get 3 actions. This, you need to die now. Morrigan's at what? How many health left?
3.
3 health left?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's do here. We're going to attack you with the Erosion ability. It's a 2 range, 5 die attack. It just needs to hit, and it will do a thing.
You did it.
All right, so you get -1 armor.
Okay.
Then I'm going to use Crystal Glare, which will choose a blight on anything within range 2 and put it on another model within range 2. So Morrigan, I'll copy that onto
Lorsann.
Elf. And then for my final 3rd action, because of my Earth bonus, Blinding Light here.
Okay.
2 range, 4 dice.
I have 3 dodge. Got
Woo! And then 5 damage.
3 armor.
And then we'll get -1 accuracy from Blinding Light and take a damage.
So they're gone.
Off the board. Ding, 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 ding. And she's done.
All right.
Okay, and then it looks like I have 1 after this,
I
is that
also
right?
have 1.
So you got 1 and then I've got
Yeah.
1. Yeah.
All right, Cold Bones.
Every time. Why is that so funny?
All right, so there's 3 Cold Bones going against Rocky Man. +1 accuracy for each Cold Bones adjacent to the target, so that's 3. So I roll 1 dice, but it's +3 because there's 3 of them there.
Against Earthman?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's his, whatever?
3 dice or 3 just number?
+3 number.
Does that mean 3 more dice?
Maybe it does.
What is it? What's it called? Snowblade fight?
The thing for...
After an no. Snowblade fight this thing?
Yes.
+1 accuracy for each cold bones. Yeah, I think it's
that's
every
right. So
die.
it's
It's
4
4
dice.
4 dice, yeah.
All right, what's their agility?
Yeah, agility is 2. It's just like,
Barely.
dang. And then protection is 4.
So 5 damage.
Don't do it. Keep them on the table.
4?
Yeah,
That's what you have?
yeah. So 4 minus 4 is 0.
That is how that
Yeah,
works.
they're made of earth.
I see. Oh, wait, actually, sorry. -1 accuracy +1 damage.
I don't think you would have hit.
I wouldn't have hit.
So
But
save
those go
your,
away.
save your damage. You can save
Damage
your
goes
damage because
there.
there's no damage
Alright.
rolling.
Missed. Then they're going to move.
Man, Quartzling MVP.
Actually, you know what? That's not what they're
This
going to do.
is when you declare that move and you're like, all right, no strategy in mind, but I'm gonna move these things.
I'm going to recruit. How many do I recruit?
One back next to your champ. That's handy. Nice. Okay, and then finally I got the frogs, so I can tongue toe a friendly banner, which
sorry.
doesn't exist. I can tongue like I've got a case of the frogs. I don't currently have any frogs on the board, so I guess I will recruit.
That seems like a good first step.
Get a recruit next to a dead Halftusk.
Can you? When
Yeah.
He's
He's still there. He's
tilted?
just knocked. He's like dazed in Crisis Protocol. I think. I mean, there's no other way to bring him back. It's just adjacent to a thing. And then let's do it again. Let's get a frog moment.
the frogs.
Yeah. Yeah. You always got to leave these lanes open, you know, but it feels weird. And that's it. Recruit. Oh wait, I can't recruit twice. Can't do anything twice. That's right.
So you can only
This
bounce
frog's
back
got.
so
This
quickly.
frog's got to do something here. This frog's for you. Oh man.
One frog against the world.
I can enter objective hexes with a frog. That's something interesting, I think.
You can what?
I can enter objective hexes with the frog, man.
That's cool.
Yeah. Thanks. 1, 2, 3.
Whoa, he's bouncy.
Yeah,
You even moved him kind of like a frog.
I did. Yeah. It's the only way to move anything on a grid, really. All right, that's it. 1 hex toward this frog that I. Okay.
All right. So is this the moment where I suddenly have twice as many points as you?
Wait, hold on. Let's do it like this. I want to do it like this. I want to move Morrigan. I just realized this is a target. Tongue lash. Get tongue lashed. You ready?
What?
So it's a 5-die attack. If it hits, I move you 1 towards me. 2?
It is.
All right.
Okay.
That's a strong frog.
You're such a strong
You're a
frog.
strong frog. Very impressive. Okay, end of the phase. No banners were scored. Nothing matters. You get 2 points.
Boom.
Have at thee.
Twice your score. What's up?
And then I roll the die. Or would I ever roll a die like that? 3.
There you go.
Okay. Halftusk is going to do a whole lot of nothing here. We're going to do it like this, as you might expect.
Seems good.
I'm going to try to kind of wall you off a little bit. Do I go full wall, or do I give myself a little breathing room back here?
It's a good question.
I'm going to go here.
All right.
Let's make a game of it.
So then who's going first?
Oh, man, impossible choice. You go first.
Are you sure?
I don't know. I don't want to do all of them at once. That's overwhelmingly a lot.
I mean, so it's worth pointing out here. If I win this round, I win the game because I get to 5. If you win this round, you don't.
Yeah,
Um,
as is customary.
yeah. Put yourself in a position. Where you have to-
I'll go first. Sure. Let's take the initiative.
I just feel like you
Okay.
being able to set the board up how you want it right here, but
It
maybe
sounds
not.
tempting until you can't guarantee anything. Okay, here we go. Nia, what are you doing? Choose a Quartzling and its hex adjacent to it and replace it with an objective. If it is within 2 axes of Nia, she will make a claim action on that hex. Okay, so let's start with the Quartzlings. Nope. Not going to do that. Yep. Yeah, let's start with the Quartzlings. Okay, first...
You go with everything, so
Yeah,
low pressure.
we're going to do a move. And I can't move through the things. That's a real bummer.
You just bricked yourself in.
Yeah, dude. Get out of there, little rock man. I definitely need to get him out of harm's way.
I like these little rock guys.
Yeah, they're really good. This is just my get a free action movement. Okay, there's that. What's his movement?
6.
Plus.
It's a 2.
Okay. Do I want to move there? Yeah, let's do that. No, let's do that. All right, and then I want to do a shimmer on you.
What's that mean?
Hit effect is a -foot, and it's 4 dice.
Who's shimmering who?
I'm shimmering you. Titus. Take -1 foot, unless you can dodge 3.
Lorsann?
No, Titus.
Here's a 3 dodge.
All right, then get -1 foot.
He's only 1-footed anyway.
Is he only 1-footed?
I'm just kidding.
No, he's 2-footed, yeah. So I wanted the 1 foot, and that's the Quartzlings. And then I keep going, which is just wild. God, she's so good if I just was good at it. Right? Isn't that really what it comes down to? Let's use her ultimate. Choose a Quartzling in its hex adjacent to an objective hex and replace it with an objective hex. This one.
Okay.
If it's within 2 hexes of Nia, I can make a claim immediately on that hex.
Wow.
Ding ding. She's real good. So that was the first of 3, because I started with 3 Quartzlings in play. That's nice. I can choose a boon and spread it around if I want to. Let's do it. Let's do Crystal Mirror within 2 here, and they have the plus armor. So I'm going to give plus armor to my Earth boy.
To your rocks.
Yeah, it's a 5 armor. I feel like that's respectable. And then I can take a move. Or I can meditate. I think that's a pretty okay place for her to be.
Mm-hmm.
So let's meditate to give plus accuracy.
Okay.
I got it. Okay, he is done. Then we've got Finvarr, who needs to be... Let's see what Halftusk can get into. So let's go frogs before he dies again. Let's do... Frogs are going to hop, place 2 hexes, so it doesn't have to be like a move. It's a place effect. Let's place here. Feel the power. And then I'm going to give myself +1 dodge, +1 armor, because I'm on an objective hex. That's called Feel the Power. +1 armor here. Feel the power. Then let's do Halftusk.
That's a good placement.
Thanks. Halftusk is going to do the thing where I heal. Surprise. And then go. Like, what?
I'm just ready to send him back to the grinder.
Yeah, well,
again.
you're going to get a chance. And let's go here. Because, we're just getting ready. Claim the cheer, the range gain the boon you choose. And I wish I could place, so I can't do 1, 2, no. All right, done. Finvarr. Is going to do a move. Yep. Move. 2. And we're going to place banner here.
Score a point.
Yep. Hopefully you can't do anything
It's
about
gonna be a
that.
rough round.
And this can be Finvarr, and then I've got followers. Shadow Sentinels. We're going to move to 1, 2. Do these guys need to move? I feel like they probably should. Let's just leave them there. And then, does Morrigan have a -foot right now?
Mm-hmm. But she has a +foot, so that's a +1 net.
I guess I'm just going to go... They just need to get in position right now. Let's go 1, 2, 1, 2. And then we'll go ahead and take probably just a shadow snare. We'll do that. So let's do a 5-die shadow snare on your little skeleton cold bones. And the impact will be minus foot. 2 dodge.
3 dodge.
All right.
Oh, wait, no, sorry.
Good
2
little
two
cold
dodge.
bones.
I
All
was looking at
right.
these things.
So take
So,
your -1
minus
and like
foot.
it. That's it. Applauded. Whew. That was intense. Goodness. Goodness gracious.
All right, let's look at this.
Wow.
What is their dodge?
Which ones? These? 3. 4. 4 dodge.
My.
Ooh.
All right, I'm going to go...
Who you guys think's going to win?
It's a good question. I'm
What's
going
it
to
look
go
like?
with Titus.
Yeah.
I'll kill you all. Must target a follower. I roll 6 dice.
That's like a
And-
move effect?
Yeah.
Oh, you
I'm
can
gonna
just drop
target that thing.
Okay. 4.
Got 4. Move all followers in the target's units that are within range up to 1 hex. So let's send him packing. Then Titus is going to use... what's a skill action?
Anything that's not a basic, so anything on your cards, generally.
He's going to...
Ooh, that's cool.
I'm going to use my Path of Destruction feat.
You're doing it.
May make a skill action, so I'll do challenge.
Mm-hmm.
And any model within range gains 2 blights of your choice. Titus gains a blight of your opponent's choice. So let's...
This is going to be a good question, because like it ends with make another skill action. And do you have any skills you haven't used?
I don't think so.
So I wonder, I don't know that it would break the rules if you can only use 1 skill a turn, but maybe you can with that.
Like you can bend it?
Mm-hmm.
We'll see.
Let's see if I can find it.
So I'm going to give...
Work there, but they can, after using these stronger versions, with additional. I would say. It was only once per activation. Go through their actions. I don't think you can. I think you can use the other one again. Name, uses, choose. Yeah. I think that's about it.
I'm going to give Nia -1 armor and -1 agility.
-1.
I don't have an armor. You have an armor token?
Yeah, I got -1 armor somewhere. Or we can find it. I'll just start punching.
Then he gets to move 1 hex. Then he gets to make a skill action, so I assume I can't because I don't have any left.
Yeah.
And then
Get out of here.
So I did my first attack. I used my feet. And then I'll use my move.
Your feat technically counts as a skill, though. That's like your second action. So if you do challenge, if you do I'll kill you all, and then
So I
your
should have
second
done Path of
action.
Destruction to use the thing I did. I'll kill you all.
Yes, that's what you should
Move
do.
the
We'll
hex.
just say you did
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah. And then you get to move at the end.
Yeah.
And clear the banner.
And then I'll move, clear the banner, and pass to you. This goes away.
Okay. Oh, you're on plot. You keep going.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Get ready.
That was my first thing that I did.
Okay, right. Just as a note on being so you're on the neutral. Yeah, if you get a blight on you. Yeah. Yeah. You can use the same skill twice. Nope. Just gonna pretty much use your 2 skills as 1 action, then move. Yeah. Did it right. You got to keep plotting.
Mm-hmm.
It's where it gets like you got to zoom in.
Just my brain.
My brain.
All right, let's go with
I'm gonna keep playing minis games until I get good.
see ya next life.
Literally,
Let's
that's quite
go.
a burn. That's literally you could play until you died, and still would not be good at miniatures games. You could do nothing but play
I didn't say
until
that.
death.
Exactly. I'll use the bones, the cold bones, and we'll use this recover thing.
Recruit, yeah.
Yeah.
Recruit a bone.
And then, actually, we'll just go here. And then we will use the, where's it at? So Cool Mistress. If Morrigan is within range, she gains +1 accuracy and +1 speed. I already have +1 speed, so I just gain +1 accuracy, I assume.
Yep, makes sense to me.
And then that's them. And then with these guys, the Glory Seekers. It's pretty sweet.
They're all good, right? Don't you feel like if you studied this out for like 3 months, you'd really know what you were doing?
Maybe.
Like if I knew like what Halftusk and the Froggladites could do
move.
natively, it'd be very helpful. You know, games.
Then they will use Roar of Battle. So within range 2, one champion may move 1 hex. So let's go ahead and move here.
Ding!
That's them. And
I don't think the
then
Blight would trigger on that either. I think it's advance only, isn't it?
the Blight.
Isn't she -1 foot?
Yeah, I think it's just when they're advancing though.
That's fine.
She's not actually. She's
Yeah,
Give
advance
mine.
only.
she
what?
She doesn't have the -foot.
She should. I shared it with her from Titus. With Nia's thing.
I thought you shared the -armor.
Oh, I did do that. Can I do both?
No. Then Lorsann.
I wanted to have -foot though.
Who's got -armor already? This thing.
I have -armor on Finvarr.